Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming. Sorry I'm a little bit late today. It turned out a whole bunch of people needed my opinion on things right before stream was supposed to start. So, we're a few minutes late, but we are here and we are ready to go. So, yeah, let's let's jump right in. We finished the invasion of Dresden last week. So we're jumping into all new content that I don't know what it's going to be about. So that's exciting. In less exciting news, Blue Sky decided to move forward with their new draconian censorship guidelines. So it seems like a lot of artists are going to be looking for another new social media platform in the very immediate future. So if anyone knows of a good one, let me know. I'm very glad this week is over though, because it has been crazy busy. And I'm very much looking forward to having a couple of days to just decompress for a bit. Okay, so we've got our new dragon buddy. I should probably do the level up things for these guys. We're not doing custom, so we can just scan through them. Just quickly blow through these guys. Still no idea where Woljif got his ass off to. He just kind of fucked off and never came back, so that's interesting. Good, I think, is that everyone? Yes, that's everyone. Okay. So this is Commander's Banner. Grants the commander and her companions fast healing equal to twice their mythic rank. What does that mean? A creature with the fast healing special ability regains hit points at an exceptional rate, usually one or more hit points per round. Fast healing continues to function even if the creature is unconscious and... I think there's a missing word there. I think it should be even if the creature is unconscious until it dies. Okay, cool. So we get, like, free regeneration, I guess? That's neat. Alright, was there anything... There's a bunch of stuff here that I need to dump into my stash. I'm not sure where it is, though. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so who else do we have here? We've already checked in with Wilsir Garms, although actually I should check what he's actually got. We didn't look to see if he has anything new. Though it doesn't really look like it. It's just a whole bunch of the same old +1 stuff. Oh, there's a few +2 things. Can we sort by type? I want to look at accessories. What do we got here? Amulet of Jousting. That's not useful. Mighty Fists. I think I have one of these in my box. Because we are going to need some stuff for our dragon. Wait, what? +6 constitution? That seems really good. 36,000 is a lot, but +6 con is kind of huge. Belt of Giant Strength +4, we don't really need, because I think Cassie's already got one. Let's see, these boots are made of fine white leather tooled with scenes of epic battles. The wearer is under the constant effect of heroism greater. Hey Ray, thanks for coming, and congrats on getting first. And hey Mono, nice to see you here. I see you got here early today. I'm happy to have you. Alright, let's see, what does this Gorgon belt do? +4 enhancement bonus to strength, and ignores difficult terrain. Plus once per day can spew a 50-foot cone of poisonous gas that can cause paralyze. That seems kind of amazing, actually. But again, it is 30,000. Ingredients, we don't care. What about usable items? Is this all just shit that I've sold him? I think this is all just shit I've sold him. Yeah. Ooh, Quiver of Sacred Vengeance. That's neat, but it's also 38 grand. Accessories. What if we look at armor? Nope, this all just looks like the same stuff. Oh, Sorcerer's Gown. What's this? Simple unassuming gown bears a strong aura of arcane magic. The Sorcerer's Gown grants its wearer a +2 resistance bonus on all saving throws, and a +2 competence bonus on persuasion checks. When worn by any arcane caster, those bonuses double. Interesting. Heavy Shield of Innate Trust. Interesting. So it looks like he's got some a couple of interesting things, but nothing that I really want to purchase right now. Here, you know what? Let's sort by price, because anything that's more expensive is going to be the new stuff. Holy Speed Composite Shortbow +3. A +3 shortbow is pretty impressive. What the heck does Holy Speed mean? Holy... Oh yeah, so Holy is good aligned and deals extra damage against evil. What is Speed? When making a full attack, the wielder of a speed weapon may make one additional attack with it. The attack uses the wielder's full base attack bonuses, plus any modifiers appropriate to the situation. That's actually kind of amazing. It is 128,000 gold, so it is like double our current mana. Or not our current mana, our current gold. So we can't actually buy that, and I'm not sure that it's, strictly speaking, better than the one that she's got. The Wicked Longbow. Okay, this is a +2. It is composite. The other one's composite as well. Yeah, up front it's not quite as much damage. And it doesn't have quite as much range. But... like, the Wicked Longbow, its ability only goes off on a confirmed crit. So that might actually even be better. We can't afford it, but good to know about. Let's see, Eviscerating Doom. That's kind of neat. +3 Frost Lighthammer. It's too bad it's not a, an Earthbreaker. Because if this was an Earthbreaker, then it would be very good. Yeah, but it's not. Do we have any Earthbreakers in here? Doesn't look like it. It's a few Lighthammers. But Lighthammers are not Earthbreakers. Yeah, and then we're just down into the +1 stuff. Okay, so he's got some interesting new weapons. No new bags of holding, unfortunately. Because I would love to get a new bag of holding to add to the one that I have currently. Icy Burst, Keen, Cold Iron, Frost Enhancement. Oh, geez, I'm yawning up a storm tonight. Okay. So we can't afford it anyways, so it doesn't matter. Alright, who are the other... I know there's other NPCs around here that we need to check in with. The blacksmith. Various peasants. I assume that most of what he has is weapons. The Dissector. Ooh, Powerful Pummel. That's a new Earthbreaker. It's a +3. Let's see. Whenever this +3 Earthbreaker confirms a crit, all creatures in a 10-foot range have to pass a fort save DC 23 or be pushed away 10 feet and become prone for a round. That's not great. We don't want to be pushing people away for our particular build. We want them to stay close. So that's not going to be great for us. Unfortunately. What does the Dissector actually do? 2d6 slashing on hit against bleeding or helpless enemies. It's okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Alright, does he have any accessories? No. Any good armor? Half plate of will. It's got +3 resistance. Is pretty nice. Actually, I wonder if that would be good for, Sela? Oh no, her carapace is already better than that. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, nothing from the blacksmith. Is there anyone else interesting here? There's a whole bunch of peasants, a couple of nobles. Peasants. Wilster Garms. Exotic weapons provider. I didn't notice them before. That's new. Torag's Wrath. Okay, let's do it. Let's do a sortie. It's a Dwarven Urgrosh. I don't even know what an Urgrosh is. I guess it's some kind of axe here. A Sling Staff. Let's see. Dueling Sword. Wait, can't she use a dueling sword? Can she? No, she uses rapiers, not dueling swords. Oh, are all of these, like, exotic proficiency specifically? I think that's what this means. Cold Iron... Oh, yeah, we do have, what does he currently have, actually? Honorable Judgment, which is just straight up better than this, hooked hammer. Does he have another hooked hammer? No. Okay, so exotic weapons provider does not seem like they are going to have anything good for us. Oh, I didn't notice that there was a notable tab. I want to see what comes up under the notable tab. Glowing croissant. Wow. Wait, did we already have the recipes for these? We don't know that recipe. We already know the glowing croissant recipe. But we don't know the recipe for yogurt. So we're going to have to buy the yogurt recipe. And then, yeah. I like that they have a notable tab. What is other? Oh, lockpicks. Maybe I should buy some lockpicks. I don't know how many I have left right now. I do have 10, but they don't weigh anything. So I'm kind of tempted to just grab those. The alcohol doesn't have any purpose. I don't think any of the rest of this has any purpose. It's just selling junk. Yeah. Wait! Bag of holding! 25,000! Don't mind if I fucking do. Alright, that means I now have 2 bags of holding. One that gives me 100 pounds extra, and one that gives me 200 pounds extra now. So I have an extra 300 pounds of weight that I can carry now. That's awesome. Well worth the 25 grand. I don't think there's anything else here that we need to care about. It's all just other stuff. I don't know why that was in the other category. But that does mean that I need to start checking the other category. I assumed that it would be in notable or accessories. But clearly not. Alright, you got anything good in your other... Nope, just a bunch of junk. Nothing notable, nothing usable. Okay. Alright, well, we're going to save real quick now that we've gotten ourselves a brand new bag of holding. I'm not 100% sure where I'm supposed to be going now, though. I think our dragon wanted us to go outside of town for something. Wait, what's the outcast? Some representatives of Elvenkind are arrogant, believing themselves to be superior to most other races. They're convinced of their own nobility and high purpose and look down upon those of their kin who have turned to evil and worship the darkness. The fate of such outcasts is typically bleak. The hunter Forn has arrived from Keonin to track down and kill a fearsome cultist Kaelessa. He encountered her once before and failed, but he refuses to give up. Perhaps meeting an ally has improved his chances. Okay, according to the Dark Hunter Forn's warning, Kaelessa will strike soon. It would be wise to prepare to face her head on. Okay. So I guess she's just gonna show up. It says, wait for Kaelessa's schemes to be revealed. So I guess there's nothing there we need to worry about. We've finished Banner over the Citadel, and by Hell's Ordinance, and a Strike from the Sky. Secrets of Creation. Oh, right, we have to go to the Heart of Mystery, which is way over to the west. We'll get there eventually. Okay, we got a lot of stuff here to do. What's In Pursuit of the Past? Oh yeah, that's, we need the pages for the Storyteller, which we have been collecting. Solemn Hour. Oh, right, we have to give Erebeth her sword. That's what we're gonna do now. We finished the opening, we're now in the middle game. Jesus, we've been playing this game for almost 80 hours, and we're only in the middle game. Alright, yes, so blah blah blah. We need to erect a building. Oh, great. Is this going to be like a town building sim, too? For keeping battle mounts in Dresden. The more forces the commander controls, the more challenging it is to manage them alone. To ensure appropriate strategic leadership of the armies, the commander must form a staff council. What is all this nonsense? We just want to run around and stab things, or more accurately, smash things with our big hammer. That is also technically capable of stabbing things. Let's see. Order the Crusade's craftsmen to improve a relic. If armed soldiers are the teeth and claws of any fighting force, then logistics are the muscles. If a military leader fails to develop their army's supply chains, the army strikes with little impact. Fragments of the past sometimes fall into the Crusaders' hands, artifacts both sacred and profane that possess great power. By gathering experienced craftsmen in Dresden, the commander can see these ancient treasures transformed into truly powerful objects. Okay, so I guess these are more long-term goals. They do need to be completed in this chapter, but I don't think they have to be done immediately. Oh, right, I need to give the sword to Erebeth. What is this one? Crescent of the Abyss. Oh, that's frickin' Woljif ran the fuck away. So we need to find Woljif before the end of this chapter. What's more than nothing? Oh yeah, that's the Riddles of the Nameless Ruins, so we need to find the answers elsewhere for that. What's above the clouds? Ah, your dragon companions claim that your good friends are waiting for you on a ridge not far from Dresden. Who are they, and what do they want? Okay, so we'll have to check out that. Battered Spirit. The horrors endured in the Lost Chapel and her resulting breakdown during the battle for Dresden have destroyed Erebeth's morale. Can she regain her confidence? Does the commander even want that to happen? It is far from clear. But first, a conversation with Erebeth is in order. Okay, so that's 2 quests now that we have to talk to Erebeth for. Final Sunset of Winter. A patrol from Dresden has disappeared without a trace. Right, we heard about that from our dragon friend. Wait, no, we heard about it from Erebeth. Erebeth told us these things. The attack out of nowhere. We have to find out what the deal is with the demons. We have to talk to Anevia for that. Know thy enemy. Just search for clues, I guess. The Dragon Hunt. Okay, and we have to talk to the bounty hunter in the tavern. And the Dragon's Fate. Right, we did find the Claw of Terendelev, but we need the Storyteller to get more information on that. Okay, so it looks like we've got a lot of shit to do. So I think first point of order is probably finding Erebeth. Alright, can we use Tab to... No, Tab won't bring up the prompts on the map. What? Wait, One-Eyed Devil? What the hell is One-Eyed Devil? Is that the tavern? But it's got the person marker on it. Alright, Jewelry Trader, Arcane Weave. Ooh, so there's a whole bunch of other folks that we probably should be checking in with here. Arsino, Bismuth, and whoever's behind Bismuth. I don't know... Oh, Wendwag. Okay, yeah. Sela. Barracks. Arsino, Arcane Weaver, Jewelry Trader, Darren, Camellia, House, Citadel, Jewelry Artisan, Prison. Where the hell's Erebeth gone? It doesn't show her on the map here. And that is irritating. So, I think first things first, I would like to check out the Arcane Weaver and the Jeweler, whatever these things are. Because that's a couple of mobs that, not mobs, but NPCs that we haven't interacted with before. Ooh, but there is more shit to loot here, which is very good. I will gladly steal from my own people. Okay, let's check out the Arcane Weaver first. Okay, so it's just another merchant. Pearls of Power? How does this work? Okay. Once per day, on command, a Pearl of Power enables the possessor to recall any one spell they had prepared and then cast that day. The spell is then prepared again, just as if it had not been cast. The spell must be of a particular level, depending on the Pearl. So that gives a free 4th level spell, which is pretty nice, actually. It is $86,000, though. A Shirt of Blazing Fighter. +5 competence bonus to athletic checks and fire resistance 30. Nice. Robe of Order. If the wearer has a key pool. We don't have any monks, so that's not any good. Thick Pelt Cloak, just cloak of resistance +2, plus immunity to fire, which is nice, but Living Flame, no. Source of Dividing Power, no. Gloves of Dueling, +4 bonus to CMD against disarm attempts. If the wearer has weapon training and is wielding a weapon, he gives a bonus to. That bonus is increased. Okay, what the hell is CMD? Combat Maneuver Defense. Okay, interesting. I don't think that's particularly useful right now. Excuse me. Bracers of Animal Fury. No, right, that was the one we were just looking at. +5 resistance bonus on saving throws against demons, and +5 competence bonus on religion skill checks. Our religion is kind of shit. But I don't like how it really narrows the resistance. Like, I know that we are mostly fighting demons, but we're not exclusively fighting demons. So that could be a double-edged sword. Gloves of the Ambassador. Bonus to world knowledge, persuasion skill, and enhancement bonus to charisma. Those could be pretty good. They are 21,000, though. What is this? Is that just an attack? Dragon's Breath? Yeah. Cloak +3, we don't care. Wand of Molten Orb. Frigid Touch, create pit. Goes with resistance, lesser gloves of dueling. Ooh, scrolls. Okay, they've got scrolls. Scrolls to summon monster. I don't care about these. I don't want summoning scrolls. I want scrolls for healing. Prediction of Failure. Scroll of Dragonkind. Oh, those are polymorphs. Wand of Hideous Laughter. Scroll of Walk Through Space. No, none of these are the kind of scrolls that I'm looking for. Scroll of True Seeing. That might be worth picking up. Because right now I've only got one character that can do True Seeing. Transformation, Tarpool, Summoning shit, Serenity. No. Heroism, Hellfire, Disintegrate, Cloak of Dreams, Chains of Light. None of these are the kind of things that I'm looking for. I'm looking for healing scrolls. These are not healing scrolls. Break enchantment? It's okay. Wand of pernicious poison. Scroll of touch of slime. Scroll of shout. Because I guess you need a scroll for that. You need a scroll to be loud. Scroll of greater invisibility. That's actually... I think I might take that one. Let's see. Anything else? Scroll of crushing despair. Scroll of controlled fireball. Oh, more wands. Shocking grasp, reduce person, enlarge person, gracelessness. Ooh, scroll of vampiric touch. I want one of these. Because I do have a character who has a thing. Yes, her. I don't know if she can actually learn vampiric touch. Let's... Cannot be used by this character. Okay, do I have any other characters who can actually learn that? Oh, well, she can learn it, but, I don't really want... That's not what the goal is here. Can be used, but can't be learned by Ember. Yeah, not for Wendwag or any of these yet. So there's actually no purpose into taking that. Because the reason I wanted the Vampiric Touch Scroll is because of how it interacts with her weapon. Which, whenever you cast Vampiric Touch, it deals 1d8 damage instead of 1d6. So I was really hoping that Camellia could learn that and then gain that benefit. But apparently that is not the case. Wait, what? Oh shit, Communal Sea Invisibility. Yeah, we're just gonna take all of those. That's, definitely a good thing. Let's see. Any other good scrolls? Scroll of Fireball? No. Ooh, Scrolls of Dispel Magic? Yeah. Definitely gonna get those. Wand of Ray of Frost, Wand of Corrosive Touch. No, Scroll of Sea Invisibility regular. I think if I'm getting the communal ones, then I don't really need the regular. Let's see. Scrolls of other various nonsense. Scroll of Enlarged Person is only 25 gold. It's actually not bad. But it's niche enough that we don't have so many uses of Enlarged Person that it's like that we're going to be restricted by that. So yeah, I think I'm just going to take those scrolls. Cost me about 5 grand, but worth it, I think. Anything notable or other? Yeah, no. Gloves of the Ambassador are very tempting, but we're going to pass for now, because we only have so much money. Jeweler. Glass Amulet of Clarity. Plus 2 DC for all saving throws against mind-affecting abilities, and plus 4 morale bonus on saving throws against mind-affecting and compulsion effects. Interesting. We're not taking it, but... Enlivening Leadership. Bonus on Persuasion, Bracers of Armor. Those seem like they'd be very good for our Ember. She currently has a +4, but getting a +5 would be good, but again, they are 25,000 gold. So maybe not right now. Oh, diamonds! We actually do need one more diamond in order to go and do that other thing that we needed to do. So we are gonna... They are 5,000 each, so we're only gonna buy one. But we did need a second diamond to go back and do that other mission. Okay, we don't need the phylacteries. Plus 3 natural armor, we're fine. Goggles of Pure Sight. Allows the wearer to take 20 on their next Dispel Magic attempt once per day. They also get a +1 bonus to caster level checks made to overcome spell resistance. That seems actually really amazing. They are 20 grand, so I don't know if we even have the cash for it. We do barely. Does Ember have any... Ember does not have any glasses right now. Those goggles of Pure Sight are pretty fantastic. Just letting her get bonuses to bypassing spell resistance, plus basically a guaranteed success on Dispel Magic. Yeah, we're gonna buy those. It does basically drain most of our remaining cash, but I think it's worth it. Here you go. Have some awesome shades, Ember. Because I believe that Ember's the one that I gave the Dispel Magic, or that has the Dispel Magic. Yes, Ember's the one with the Dispel Magic. So yeah. Ember actually looks pretty radical. Oh, and I can learn how to make yogurt. We now know how to make yogurt. Go us. We have 2 diamonds now, so we can go and do that thing if we can remember where it is. Which I certainly do not. But I'm sure I'll figure it out. Now, we've checked in with these 2 traders. I don't know who Arsino is, but I think we probably should find out. Horgus, One-Eyed Devil, the Citadel. Yeah, I don't know where frickin' Ilsbeth has gone, but we need to find where she is. So I guess we're gonna check one building at a time. We will start with house. Is this house? No, this is not house. Where is house? Oh, this is house. Alright, time to go in-house. Oh, actually, before I do that... okay, yeah, so I've got my pets are all chill and hanging out. I have other characters that need things to be equipped, like her. So for you, where are those scrolls of, communal see invisibility? Is that this one? No, that's the scroll of invisibility. Vanish, true seeing. Here we go. Scroll of see invisibility communal. What's her, her use magic device is 17. So she would need to roll at least a 6 or higher? It's not great. I wonder if there's other things I could give her instead. What's this? Wand of Remove Disease. We could give that to her. What's this one? Broken Wand of Zacharias? No, that's not going to be any use. A Scorching Ray. Summon Elemental. Burning Hands, Burning Arc. Because I don't want to give her one that's going to require a skill check. Blindness. You know what? I'll give her the Scroll of Blindness. Might come in handy. Yeah, she's got some healing potions and a couple of cure scrolls. I forgot that she had a couple of cure scrolls. I thought we were all out. She's good. She's got all these cool potions and also the Triceratops. You're all loaded up, and you need some more stuff. Take... oh, right, we didn't want to give him anything heavy, because it can affect his ability to do things. Which is why we haven't given him a whole bunch of stuff. Alright, that's fine. He'll be fine with just the 2 potions on him. Yeah. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Alright, let's go into house.
We do it my way.
Wait, am I waiting for something? There we go. That was weird. I'm not sure why it took so long to go into house. Oh, we were waiting for my dragon to come back. Because I guess they had stayed behind. Oh, what's this? A book! Yeah, we're gonna steal that. We saved the city. That means that we're allowed to steal whatever we want. What is this thing? I've seen this thing around with us. It's like some kind of rabbit. Or like a cross between a squirrel and a rabbit. It doesn't seem like it's one of our... like, one of our actual inventory pets. Because our pets, we've got a cat, we've got a pipe fox, and we've got sovereign dragon. We do not have whatever that thing is. So I'm not sure where it came from. Or what it is. But I am curious. Yeah, it's like a kangaroo rat or something. I don't understand why it's here, but it's been following us around for a while now. I noticed it in when we were first doing Dresden. Alright, we're gonna steal all their food. Good. They're not allowed to have food. It's all ours. Certainly seems to be taking a long time between loading zones here. Alright, so we've checked house. Oh, wait, there was loot here that we missed? Don't mind if I do. What did we miss? Oh, another book to steal. Very good. Okay. So, well, that's that. So let's, I guess, go down here, and we'll check who this Arsino person is.
I'm off.
Since this seems like the next closest spot that has things that are important. Because we want to kind of check out everything of note in the city. Where are we? Oh. Down here. Okay, what is this? Oh, it's a sanctification thing. Okay, anyone with names? Oh yes, you have a name. Arsino. A woman in gold-embroidered cleric robes greets you with a polite bow. Her eyes, the color of molten gold, gleam brightly in her dusky face. Greetings, Commander. My name is Arsino. I am a messenger from the Temple of Abadar in Absalom. Abadar is the god of cities, law, merchants, and wealth. Also called the god of walls and ditches. Okay. And I came here assuming the defenders of the fortress could use the services of a cleric. Sure. Perhaps you've heard about the wound that sometimes opens in my chest. Are you familiar with this kind of ailment? Arsino quickly probes you with the skill of an experienced healer. So the wound was right here, and then it disappeared and reappeared. Amazing. No, this is the first time I've ever heard of such magic. What do you think it might be? I think it's some kind of demonic corruption, or particles of chaos from the abyss have entered through the wound into your body and made it so unstable. It sounds quite interesting. Incidentally, judging from the records of researchers of the abyss, stranger things have happened in this cursed place. Can you give me some advice on how to heal it? I am sure that you've already used the purification and chaos warding spells, and for obvious reasons, you do not have the option of leaving the campaign and going on a long pilgrimage to various shrines. Since that's the case, keep a diary. Make careful and systematic entries about your well-being. If it gets worse, record the circumstances under which it happens. I'm afraid this is the only advice I can offer right now. I want you to try to heal me. I'm sorry, but I do not have the right to do that. A healer who makes a blind attempt to heal a patient who is not on the verge of death is an irresponsible fool. You do not seem to be dying, so we will not take any unnecessary risks. I like Arsenault. They seem to be a reasonable person. Thank you. What services do you provide? I can sell you various divine spell scrolls. Even if you don't have anyone in your party who can read them, I'll be happy to read it for you right here. However, take care out there on your travels. A scroll is useless without someone who can read it. To use a scroll while you're on the move, you'll need a spellcaster whose magical training covers such spells, or someone skilled in magical devices. Tell me more about Abadar. I'd be delighted to. Abadar is the patron deity of law, trade, and the prosperity of cities. He teaches that law and order allow civilization to develop and keep people safe and wealthy. Iomedae and Abadar are allies, since Iomedae also holds order and nobility above all else. It's hardly surprising to see so many mighty fortresses and wonderful cities in Mendiv bloom under her blessing. How'd you end up in Dresden? My story has grown longer and longer over the years, yet sadly it never gets any more interesting. I was born and raised in Absalom. Soon I realized that bringing the word of Abadar to places where it's already been heard was too easy a challenge for a cleric like me. I have traveled all across Galarian since then, watching civilization bring enlightenment to the wildest of places. This brings joy to my heart and makes me feel like I serve my God with my deeds and not only with my words. The tiny barony in the Stolen Lands that had been my home for a very long time eventually turned into a strong and prosperous kingdom, and I felt that I had to go somewhere else to bring the blessing of Abadar to someone who really needed it. It will take quite a long time for Dresden to recover and become an unfailing stronghold once again. I will do my very best to help. I feel like she's going to be important for the building of that building that we had a quest to do. You're an Aasimar, if I'm not mistaken. I am, just as you are one yourself. Every time I meet another Aasimar, it feels like meeting family. I look exactly like my great-great-grandmother, but I am the only one among my kin to have Aasimar blood manifest so visibly in my appearance. I have to admit that it is a very fortunate coincidence. My Aasimar features are rather appealing and make people trust me more easily. This is a good quality to have for a priestess wishing to gather a congregation. I see that you have consecrated the altar of Abadar. So I have. And before you ask me why I did this when there's a temple of Iomedae in Dresden, I will answer. Even though my god is an ally of the Inheritor, some still prefer to pray and trust in Abadar instead of her. After all, my humble altar is no worse at removing the corruption of the Abyss than the grandiose altar in the temple of Iomedae. Let's see. I could use the help of a cleric. That's precisely why I'm here. Okay, scrolls. Raise dead. Oh, it's only available to Social? Alright. Cure light wounds we don't want. Cure moderate is fine. But I'd much rather get Cure Serious. Oh, and also Scrolls of Restoration I need. Because I think I'm running low. Yeah, I got 1 lesser and 2 regulars. So I think I'm going to... Oh, no, I don't want 123 of those. The Cure Serious Wound Scrolls, I do think I'm going to try and grab a handful of, though. Let's see. Prayer, protection, remove blindness, curse, disease. Cure critical wounds. Oh, that might be better than the cure serious. They are more expensive. We don't have a ton of gold right now, so I think I'm going to hold off on the cure criticals. Scroll of restoration, though. I'm going to grab 3 more of those. Cleanse. Is only available to Social. So we're not going to be getting that one. Mass Cure Light Wounds is very expensive. Atonement, Resurrection. Conman's Ring? Why is she selling that? All Perception and Trickery checks. It's good, but it's very expensive. Oh, I do need more potions, too. Red Salamander? Okay, so it just basically gives Ember more spells if we give her that. And it's very expensive again. Coin of Protection. Interesting. Specialist belts. Neat. Holy Smite. Order's Wrath. Here, let's check what we got here. Sort by price, descending. There we go. Burned Ashwood. No. Okay, and then the rest of this stuff is just general masterwork. Armor. Nothing important. Accessories. Ring of Pyromania. Okay, so bonus to fire damage and caster level checks to overcome spell resistance. It costs a fortune, but it's nice. Half of the pair. Whatever 2 creatures wearing different halves of this pendant are within 10 feet of each other, they get +2 circumstance bonus to attack rolls and AC. Interesting. Battle Mage's Headband? No. Arachnid Goggles? Gaining all-around vision and cannot be flanked. It's okay. What's Cape of Pest Control? Oh, bonus against swarms. Okay. War Kilt of Sarenrae? No. Icy Protector. Okay, so nothing else of interest here. Anything notable? Bunch of diamonds. Dinosaur bones? We don't need those, or the diamond dust, or the first aid kits. How about other stuff? Do you have a bag of holding for me? Fine. Some books. Some cheese. Radish. Bottle of oil. No, you do not have any of those. So yeah, let's look here, because I did want to try and find those Lesser Resto scrolls. Because I accidentally messed that up. Let's see, Mind Blank, Horrid Writing, blah blah blah. I think they were pretty cheap, actually. Oh, they got scrolls of Cure Moderate Wounds Mass. If I had the money for those, I would just get them, but I do not. Okay, yeah, so these are just all usables. I think it was somewhere around here. Remove disease, cursed blindness, blah, blah, blah. Where's the restoration? I thought it was somewhere around this price. Here we go, Scroll of Restoration Lesser. There we go, 4 more of those. And that's most of the rest of our money gone. We've got just over 1,000 gold now. Easy come, easy go, huh? Still, all good things to have. Okay, let's see if there's anyone of interest in the temple here. Peasants, nobles, nothing theftable. More peasants, citizens. Oh, is this like a full-ass big building? Yes, it is. Nothing in here. Oh, we can check this. This place has been sanctified. Okay, that's good.
I do what I must.
Oh, something to steal. Ooh, a gold book. History of the World Wound. Well, we're going to take that. It is a gold item, even if I'm not sure what it's for. Oh, more stuff. Ooh, I don't have good luck here. Can I just break the lock?
Ugh, what a failure.
Oh, I guess we must have failed the check, so it took 10 minutes to break the lock instead of... Oh, no! We fucked up. In trying to break the lock, we broke whatever was in here. Shit. That sucks. Where did we last save? Was this just after we... Yeah, that was just after we bought the friggin', bag of holding, I think. Without knowing what was actually in this chest, it's hard to say whether... You know what? I'm just gonna accept the loss. It's unfortunate, but now I know better. Odds are it was probably not something super valuable. But I will take that book. Can we not loot this chest? No, I guess not. Oh, this one. Alright, yeah, let's use the lockpick. Try and get into here. Oh, just some things. Honestly, that's probably what it was. It was probably just some, reagents. Wait, can we not go through this door? I guess not. Okay. Alright, well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. So, stick around. Alright, back to business. Alright, we're actually going to save here. Because I forgot my rule about saving before doing anything that could have repercussions. So, us losing that one chest is our reminder of don't fuck with the saves. Alright. So, next destination is going to be the barracks, I guess? And then we'll just make our way around to the other side. Let's spin this around here. What are you guys up to? Are they just training, I guess? I guess they're training. Anyone with a name? No, no one with a name. Alright, let's go into the barracks. That goes outside. Yeah, it's just a wall. Oh! Something to steal. Just a normal book. We can sell it. Oh, and that's another, thing to steal. Oh, this is a gold book. Okay. Oh, that goes to the outside on the other side, I guess? Hey, Elan, what's up? Nothing. Okay. We go in here. Oh, this will take us up to the outside. Take a quick drink. Oh! Dang it. That's not where I wanted to go. Okay. So it doesn't look like there's anything of consequence up here.
I'm gone.
Yeah, alright. Back down and out. I was kind of hoping that Eurobeth was going to be in the barracks, but I guess she's not. So we'll have to find her somewhere else. Oh, this is that other shit. I thought that this was gonna come out on the ground level. Alright, guess we have to go out the other side of the building. Okay, there we go. Anything over here that we can steal? No? Nothing? Alright. That means that our next point of interest is going to be... no, that's to exit. We don't want to go there. I guess the abandoned building and the other house. Two more fortifications to check out. Looks like there's a lot of stray cats running around. Alright, let's check out the abandoned building. See if there's anything lurking. Don't want anyone lurking here. What's this? Oh, just some shiny chitin. You know what? Let's save real quick. Not sure how we opened that door from all the way over there, but That's fine. Oh, there's stuff in here. An eyeball? Great. An eyeball sitting in a barrel. And another book to add to our collection. Let's head down. I'm assuming we're not going to run into any trouble, because if there was going to be trouble, then we likely would have the rest of our party with us. They probably wouldn't just let us be running around. Just some more reagents. Another book. Okay, I guess that's everything that this particular building has to offer. Let's get out of here and check out house. Not a fan of these loading zones, not gonna lie. Okay, where is the house? House is there. Was it... Oh, this is nobles and peasants and civilians. Where is house? I'm looking the wrong direction. Is that house? Ah, this is house. Alright, let's go into house. For the second time. 2 separate houses named house. One of them needs to, get a better name. Anything stealable in here? No? How about the kitchen? Yes! Yeah, give me your bone meal. And let's check out the basement. Alright. Give me all your crap. Very good. Alright. We do have an extra 200 pounds to play with now. Alright, but I think that's everything.
I'm off.
Not much in the house. I'm also kind of trying to find where they've put our bed, among other things. I guess let's check out the prison. How do we even get there? Do we have to go up and then through here, I guess? Think that's where we go? Yeah. Oh. That's loot. Yeah, give me the stuff. Aw, it's just some glass. Disappointing. Alright, now where's the prison? Here we go. Any loot over here that we might have missed? No? Alright, what's in the prison? Oh, a barrel with some organs. Great.
I do what I must.
Is anyone actually in the prison right now? I guess not. That kind of comes as a surprise. I guess we just murdered everyone.
I'm gone.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Undead Snake. Much appreciated. Okay, so next, let's go check in with Horgus. There he is. I'm listening, Knight Commander. We don't need to listen to your story again. Okay, none of this is actual anything that we want to know. Okay, so nothing new from Horgus. There is the One-Eyed Devil at the inn, or there's the Jewelry Artisan and the Half-Measure Tavern. Let's check out the Jewelry Artisan first. Let's see. Peasant, noble, citizen, gold golem. What's a gold golem? Welcome to the shop of Derek Sunhammer, the finest jewelry in all of Mendev. True artistry, crafted by the master himself and his apprentices. Take a look. Show me your wares, Tin Man. Oh, they've got fancy stuff. Alright, bracers of armor +2. That's okay. That's not great. A big pile of diamonds. Okay, so I don't like how many diamonds they're making available. Because between all of the shops in Dresden, there are like 50 diamonds. And diamonds are used for resurrection. So I am moderately concerned by the fact that they are making this many diamonds available to us. Alright, various phylacteries and things. Derek Sunhammer's jewelry. Doesn't do anything. Okay, yeah, notable is just the diamonds. Other, there's a bunch of random crap, nothing usable. Whole pile of accessories that we don't care about. No actual armor or weapons. Alright, so nothing of interest at this shop.
We do it my way.
Alright, so the question then is, between the inn and the Half-Measure Tavern, which one of these is going to not progress the story? Because we don't want to... Wait, Foreign on... Oh, Foreign! We actually need to talk to Foreign. A tall, pale-skinned elf with grayish hair salutes you with a graceful movement. Greetings, Commander. I found Kaelessa spying on my camp. Then you should be on the lookout for her accomplices. Her demonic masters have sent her, must have sent her to plot against you, and since she's already made her way into the camp, she will strike soon. I hope you weren't as merciful with her this time. She left alive and unharmed. A resigned sigh burst from his lips. Then she has deceived you once more. We actually have not seen her, so I don't know why I had these dialogue options. I met other elves that looked just like Kaelessa. A gloomy shadow crosses his face. He remains silent for a while, then says reluctantly, A few years ago, a sect of demon worshippers was uncovered in Keonin. They were followers of Discari who had been brought together by his priestess, Anamara. Naturally, as soon as the truth was revealed, a hunt for these evil zealots was called. They were all marked with the same brand of darkness as their leader, the wicked Kaelessa. The sect was soon destroyed, but some of the cultists managed to escape. I pursued them in order to eradicate their evil, root and branch. Sighing heavily, his lips curled in an expression of bitterness. It is a great shame that the children of a noble nation have besmirched themselves with this taint, and I would be grateful if this confession were kept between us. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Hopefully that means she is gonna pop up at some point. Because, yeah, I haven't seen her on the map here at all. Alright, let's go to the inn, I guess.
Follow if you dare.
And we'll check out the tavern after. Because the tavern, I'm pretty sure, is where... Oh, this is One-Eyed Devil. Okay. The tavern, I'm pretty sure, is where that, the dragon hunter is going to be. A short, chubby tiefling with a golden eye patch, spits chewing tobacco between his feet, and takes another pinch from a tobacco box adorned with jewels. A fine day to you, Commander. Welcome to the One-Eyed Devil's trading house. His proud manner suggests that each word begins with a capital letter, and perhaps even continues in capital letters as well. A trading house? It's just a shop. Ah, that depends. There was a time when I had nothing in my pockets but holes. But did I consider myself poor? No. I considered myself a rich man who was temporarily down on his luck. Optimism is important not only on the battlefield, Commander. You are the leader of a victorious army that will be chopping all the demons into mincemeat sooner or later. I am the owner of a trade empire, which, as you see, is only starting to grow. Well, at least he's optimistic. How did a tiefling end up on the side of the Crusaders? The answer is simple, the simplest thing there is. This is a good world, and I like living in it. Besides, it's the only one we've got. I'd love to know what's going on in the heads of the dimwits who are helping the demons destroy it. My best guess is that their horns grow inward so that there's no room for brains. I'm from Cheliax. Tieflings don't surprise anyone there. And they don't like demons any more than we do here. And why should they? The gods went to all the trouble of creating this world. Even Lord Asmodeus and his devils helped with the construction. And now these freeloaders show up after all the hard work is done just to gorge and break things. Doesn't matter who you pray to. If you want to live, it's your duty to help. Okay, I'm kind of liking this guy. I also like his hat. He has a very cool hat, and I want to buy it off of him. Isn't that a risky name for a store for Crusaders? Ah, yes, a week doesn't go by without some dimwit boiling over. Well, they don't pay me to explain the difference between allies and enemies, devils and demons, Lord Asmodeus, and all the riffraff like Baphomet and Dascari, so they can go hang. The tiefling spits between his feet and swiftly places another pinch of chewing tobacco in his mouth. Dude's gonna get lip cancer from that. Here's what I think. You like it, you buy it. You don't like it, keep moving. If you're spoiling for a fight, take yourself to the tavern. Yeah, I don't like the fact that he chews tobacco. That's gross. Why are your prices so high? We're saving the world from demons, and that includes you. That's some claim. Did you hear that, good people? First of all, my prices are perfectly fair. They're no higher than you'd find anywhere else. Second, who's saving who here? Are you prepared to eat bark and fight with rocks and sticks? You know, I have open contracts with dozens of suppliers. I arrange deliveries and do whatever it takes to get you sharper weapons, better magical items, better food, and you're throwing the extra expense in my face? This is the thanks I get for honest work. Alright. What happened to your eye? Heh. Should I make up a story about a heroic fight with a horde of demons? And truth be told, this is how it happened. Back when I was a snot-nosed kid, I had just opened my first business selling pies on the street. The local lads quickly took notice of me and offered me protection in return for a small share of profits. The usual, you know. But I was so young, inexperienced, and greedy, so I told them to bugger off. Well, they caught me and taught me a lesson. They took it too far, though. I paid for the lesson with my eye, not just bumps and bruises. It's funny to remember it now, but back then while it was happening, I was so scared. I thought they'd beat me to death. I remember I came running home in tears, and my mom just started screaming. I didn't have a clue why, and then I looked in the mirror and saw there were just shreds and mush where one of my eyes should be. I've remembered that lesson all my life. Ever since that day, when I start a business, I find some reliable business partners first. If I'd been born in a merchant family, my parents would have warned me about this, and about plenty of other things, too. But I was a poor lad, so I had to learn everything the hard way. It's a miracle how many times I escaped death by a hair's breadth. In fact, it's lucky all I lost was one eye. I can afford a new eye now, of course, but you know, I just can't find the time. It will cost a tidy sum, and I don't want to take it out of the earnings. And besides, being the one-eyed devil is a big selling point for me. I'd be a fool to get my eye back, only to have to keep it hidden under a patch. Have you heard about my new powers? What do you make of them? People are saying bad things about you, Commander. And to be clear, the speakers may not see anything bad in what they say, but I do. They say you're the chosen of Desna, the most insignificant of all the goddesses. Rude! The only thing she knows how to do is flap her butterfly wings and meddle in the affairs of others. They also say you're not a patch on the other crusade leaders, and that you'll accept absolutely anyone under your banner. A former thief, a goblin, a kobold, even a stump with eyes. But can the stump tell jokes? And you've got yourself quite the troublesome pet. I can understand a serious battle dragon, but this misbegotten thing with dragonfly wings, she gives you as much trouble as a flock of hundreds of sparrows, and what good does it do you? It's bad business to associate with such creatures. I prefer devils myself, as the terms are clearly laid out in the contract. Okay, I no longer like this guy. He just insulted our dragon. Alright, what do you got to sell? Do you have anything of interest? Spell gorging flower? Oh, it's a cooking ingredient. Okay. Cinderbloom, headband of alluring charisma +4. That's pretty good, but we don't have 16,000 gold for that. Infiltrator's armor. No. It's crap. It's all crap. Adamantine scale. That's not bad. Holy rapier +2. Very expensive. Yeah, you don't really have anything of interest. Alright, well. At least we'll never have to talk to him again. Alright. Let's go looting. Yeah, lots of stuff for us to steal here. Oh, there's something in this room here. We're gonna need to make our way around through various rooms to get into. Oh no, we can just go in. Oh, we found a secret. And another gold book. Oh, just an elemental essence. Nothing fancy. But hey, anything we can take. You know what? I'm gonna be clever. Save first. Pick the lock. Success. Glad I didn't use a lockpick on that. None of that was especially valuable. Alright, what's on the second floor? Anyone with a name? Oh, let's listen in.
A trivial task.
One old Kellid told this my brothers and me on his deathbed, and then he died, and no one knows but us. I know this is their sacred forest. They prayed in the meadow of the spirits. Shamanic relics, you say? A big treasure? It sounds like a lie. Everything was collected, carried away, and buried in that cave. Okay, so I think these are rumors. The scouts say a bear lives in those forests, a terrible one, and there must be magic guards on the cave. That's why we suggest you come with us. We'll split the treasure equally. Is that referring to the cave where we found the, Zacharias' wand and the other stolen relics?
I'm off.
Okay, nothing in there. I will take the essence.
I do what I must.
Wait, can I not go anywhere in here?
I'm going.
There's just nothing there, okay? Oh, Nenio's in here. Okay. I guess Nenio is doing stuff. Oh, maybe I should be talking to all of my, people. Maybe they'll have new character quests now that we are in, the middle game. So, the experiment, Nenio gestures excitedly. I'll need some supplies for this one. Girl, bring me a bottle of alcohol. Any will do, and please hurry up. Science can't wait. Why would you need alcohol? I've already told you it's for an experiment. Hurry up and bring it to me. What kind of experiment? This will be an experiment of a personal nature. Nenio seems sheepish. But no less exciting for that, mark my words. I think Nenio's gonna try and get drunk. Why don't you go and buy a bottle yourself? I'm busy with an extremely important task, mentally preparing myself for the experiment. Besides, a task like this is a perfect fit for my loyal follower. Alright, I'll come back with a bottle, whatever. Any will do for experiment, urgent. Alright.
We do it my way.
I'm surprised we haven't looted any alcohol. But we are going to the tavern in a minute, so... Because it seems like there is nothing of interest in the inn here. Not even a bed for us. Okay. Now, this is the tavern back here, I believe. The Half Measure Tavern. Okay, anyone... Oh, you're the tavern keeper. Sell me booze. The boy sitting on the counter looks about 18. He salutes you with dignity, though his eyes scarcely rise from the tavern's ledger. The knight commander at my establishment. What an honor. My name is Keto. I'm the owner of the Half Measure. How should I address you? I ask because some don't like undue familiarity, while others scoff at the tediousness of ceremony and titles. You can call me the Armored Armadillo for all I care. No, we're not going to say that because he will start calling us the Armored Armadillo. No, you can call me by my name. Deal. I know your name, of course. Who in Dresden doesn't? So what can I do for you? Wine, a meal, a heart-to-heart talk? Let's see what you have to offer, because I do need to buy some alcohol for Nenio. Goggles of Malocchio. Plus 10 competence bonus on perception checks? Holy shit. And whenever the wearer confirms a crit with any bow, the target becomes disoriented for 1d4 rounds, suffering a -4 circumstance penalty to initiative, attack rolls, athletics, and perception. Those seem very good for Wenduag. But again, we don't have the money. Axiomatic Keen Dart, no. Ghost Touch Igniting Short Sword. Fun. Various potions, which we can't afford right now. Oh, a recipe for mulled wine. Gotta buy that, because we don't have the recipe yet. Spices, blah blah blah. Sweet wine, that's alcohol. We already have the yogurt recipe, because we bought that. Yeah. Anything notable? Just the fresh yogurt recipe, which we already have. Okay, yeah, so we'll just take the recipe for mulled wine and a bottle of wine. Very good. Anyone else named in here? Let's see. Oh, there's a few things that we can loot in here. Don't mind if I do. What's this? Cooking Almanac of the Inner Sea. Which somehow does not have recipes in it. And of course... Oh! Damn it, we just paid for wine. Oh well, we're gonna take the rest of your wine. So we didn't even need to pay for the wine. We could have just stolen it. Peasants, peasants... Oh, here we go, Greybore. That's the one we were looking for.
How can I help you?
Before you stands a dwarf. He has stern, rugged features and looks to be well armed. He fills his pipe with tobacco from Garund, lights it, and blows out a cloud of smoke. Finally, he addresses you in a deep, dignified voice. Alright, so who are you?
Do you remember our last meeting?
Yes, but I mean, who are you?
The name is Greybore. I'm an assassin for hire. But I suspect you're not here for small talk. Are you in need of my services?
Still smoking his pipe, the dwarf offers you a cursory salute. You tried to kill that huge demon at the Battle of Dresden, but you failed. What happened?
Yes, that was a failure. It was supposed to be a clean job. An anonymous client, a worthy target, a substantial fee. But the client insisted that I use an enchanted dagger they provided. I was assured that a single hit would be enough to finish the job, but it didn't work as expected. It was a serious blow to my reputation. And my reputation is everything to me.
Oh, sucks to be you then. I want to hire you for a dragon hunt.
A large adult female? The one that's been snatching people and carrying them off? I've heard about her. That's an impressive target. I can take this job, but only if we do it soon. I'm expecting a new assignment from my regular client, and I'll have to leave as soon as I have the orders. And of course, you should know that this dragon will not come cheaply. 2,500 gold, paid in advance.
The dwarf's eyes light up, but his tone is one of studied indifference. Yeah, I don't have that amount right now.
What a pity. I won't work for anything less. You get what you pay for, and my professional skills command a high price. Good luck. If you wish to make use of my services, I'll be here, but not for much longer. I am expecting new orders to arrive soon.
Alright, so we're gonna need to get about like 1,500 gold here, which I think we can probably get by selling something to this guy. Let's see. What do I not need? Defense by offense is a comma? Yeah, I don't have anyone who can actually use a comma. Although a +2 mithril comma that gives a +2 bonus to or a +1 dodge bonus to AC is pretty good. Oh, I can probably sell some of these potions. Oh, that's not going to be enough, but, Holy Water, Lesser Extend Meta Magic Rod. We don't have anyone who can use meta magic. So I think I'm going to sell that. It's not a big deal. Remove paralysis, poison, sickness, invisibility, heroism, haste, Fox's cunning. Oh, these are just Cloak of Resistance +1. We have so many Cloaks of Resistance that we don't really need those. The +3 I'm obviously going to hold on to. Let's see, I'm sure a bunch of these scrolls I don't need. Scroll of Bless Weapon. Yeah, those can go. Blink. Nah. Blur is good. Bone Shaker? What does this even do? Rattles their skeleton for a pile of damage. Okay. That's fine. Any of these damage scrolls is fine. Cat's Grace? We don't need those. Cause Fear? No. Corrosive Touch? No. Dimension Door we're holding on to. Same with the Dispels. Divine Favor. Last Ferment. That's actually not bad. Scroll of Doom. Causes Shaken? No. It's only worth 6, but it's something. Eagle's Splendor? No. Ear-piercing scream? No, ear-piercing scream is not a good scroll. Well, maybe. Because it does scale. Yeah, corrosive touch is not good, but the scream I'm going to hold on to. Enlarge, we're holding on to false life. Oh, that's just some temporary HP. That's not very good. Scroll of harm is fine. Inflict critical. Inflict light wounds, we don't need. Light wounds mass? I'll hold on to those ones. Inflict moderate. Inflict serious. Invisibility. Lead blades. All melee weapons you're carrying when it deal damage as if they're one size larger. Okay, that's fine. Molten orbs. Pro law, we don't need. Scroll of rage, no. Remove disease, remove fear, remove sickness. Restos, scorching ray, see invis. Snowball, stinking cloud. Cause nauseated. For a few rounds. No, I think we're gonna get rid of that one. It's not bad, but we need the money. So I think that's actually enough. I'm actually gonna just get rid of these scrolls of summon monster because they're just taking up space in my inventory. Monster 2 we're gonna hold on to, but the monster 1 was not useful. Okay, so that should be enough crap to get us over the threshold, yes.
Got a job for me, Commander?
Yep.
A large adult female? The one that's been snatching people and carrying them off? I've heard about her. That's an impressive target.
It's the same dialogue as before.
Excellent.
Here.
Let's get down to business. It's no easy thing to take down a dragon when you don't have wings, so you'll need to follow my lead. The best thing would be to catch her by surprise in her lair, but we need to find it first. Of course, since she doesn't leave tracks, that might be tricky, but I think I have a solution. We need to go west of Dresden, to the Grimwood Forest.
What's this we shit? Didn't we just pay you $2,500 to deal with the problem?
The dragon's been seen there often. According to the scouts, this is likely because there's still some wild game left in those parts. We'll set up an ambush there. I hope I can rely on your honesty. I understand that on our way to the dragon, there may be other fights or places we need to visit for various reasons. That's to be expected. However, should I see that you are deliberately delaying the contract, or that you're dragging me off to assault some demon citadel instead of going after the dragon, we will have to revise the terms of our agreement.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, now let's get the other dialogue with, Phi here. How is it that such a young lad owns a tavern? Before the siege of Dresden, the half-measure belonged to a distant relative. I won't bore you with the details of how his family died. Just 3 words. Demon worshippers and sacrifice should be enough. Now that the city has been liberated, the authorities and Iomede's church will be returning what remains to the lawful heirs of the deceased. They take these things seriously in Mendev. Phi suddenly slaps himself on the forehead. We started talking about the inn, and I remembered. I wanted to thank you for personally defeating the demon in this very tavern when the city was liberated. Without you, who knows how many glasses he would have smashed before the Crusaders got to him. So please, accept my thanks from the bottom of my heart. Oh, and he just gave us 15 grand. We didn't need to sell that stuff. That's fine. So I guess because we did the bonus boss in the tavern, we got an extra 15,000 gold. That's pretty good. Alright, the Half Measure is a strange name for a tavern. Oh, that's a family story. It's not for the faint-hearted, but you're not one of those, are you? One day, before the wardstones were erected, a peasant family got lost on the way to the fair, and ended up near the borders of the World Wound. They stumbled upon a bored demon who killed the father right away. He then asked the mother if she'd prefer him to take all her children or only half of them. The sobbing woman looked at her 3 darlings, and said half. The demon promptly cut the arms and legs off all 3 children and said, "I guess that's even," and disappeared. Jeez. People across Dresden heard this story after the family found shelter at the local temple of Iamade. For many years, they saved up for a regeneration spell so the children could be made whole again. They eventually scraped enough together for just 1 scroll and decided to give the youngest child a second chance at life. He soon became the tavern's first owner and called it the Half Measure in memory of his family and the terrible incident with the demon. He had a good life for a time, got himself married, and always planned to help his brother and sister, though he never got a proper chance. When the demons had Dresden surrounded, the poor cripples tried to run for their lives, but they died on the spot. The brother and his wife died a little later at the hands of deserters. There were rumors that the same demon that butchered the family came to Dresden and made a den of the Half Measure. If that's true, I guess he got what he deserved when he freed the city. That's the story. Vi shrugs pensively. Why do you like sitting on the counter? 2 reasons, Vi says seriously. Dresden isn't the biggest city, but it still has a few taverns and pubs. To compete with the others, I need people to remember my establishment, and myself. That's the first reason. A tavern keeper who sits on the counter definitely sticks out from the others who prefer to stand behind their bars, all dignified. Believe me, you're not the first one to ask. Sooner or later, every customer does. The second reason is the place's atmosphere. People should feel relaxed here. Life near the World Wound is hard enough. Folks don't go to taverns looking to cause each other more trouble, so I allow certain liberties, myself included. I'm even thinking of hosting an invigorating brawl here on the 5th of every month. I'll let my favorite customers break glasses and swing on the chandelier. What's the feeling here in the city? I can only tell you about my customers. They're mostly working folks, ones who are rebuilding what's been destroyed, along with soldiers and some merchants. Overall, spirits are high as they can be in Mendev, nation of rattling sabers and fluttering banners. Everyone loves it when the demons get their horns, tails, and other parts handed to them. They've already forgotten that we nearly lost Canabras. War is like that. People live for one day, and that day is tomorrow, not yesterday. You've been a source of joy and inspiration for everyone as well. A simple lass leading the fight against the demons and defeating them, and running rings round all the arrogant queen's knights. Haha, people like stories like that. What makes you think I'm a simple lass? If you're a foreign princess in disguise, drop me a hint or 2, will you? That'll give me time to work on my bowing and scraping for when you finally decide to reveal your true identity to the world. Can we get answers to the rest of them? No. Alright, what do your customers have to say about my new powers? They talk about you so much that you could fill a hefty tome with theories about your birth alone. You may be the new Herald of Desna, or perhaps her daughter. You were born from a beautiful flower, or you fell to Galarian with the falling stars of Numeria. The earth blossoms under your feet, and water turns to ale. Incidentally, if this last one is true, please don't perform that miracle too often, or you'll drive down my prices. Forgive me, but your little dragon has caused a stir among the townsfolk. She pokes her nose in everywhere. I recently found her in a pickle barrel, and she scolded me for keeping yucky things in the basement instead of goodies. But I don't mind. Small and relatively harmless dragons do attract customers, and they cause a not excessive amount of damage. Alright, I guess I gotta go. Come again, you'll always be welcome here. Vi nods and immerses himself in his calculations once more. Okay. So I guess it's time to go back to Nenio. Give her that alcohol. Where's the fucking door? Where is the door? Oh, there it is. Come on. Alright, back to the inn. And definitely not talking to that very rude tiefling. Alright, which room was Nenio in? This one, I think? Yeah. Well, got anything for me? My experiment is awaiting its bottle. Here you go. Nenio snatches the bottle out of your hands and stares at it with all the covetousness of a seasoned alcoholic. Here it is, my path to learning the true values of humanity from the perspective of the lowliest man on the street. She produces a corkscrew from her sleeve and looks at it in bafflement, then at the bottle, then at the corkscrew again. After which she hands the bottle back to you. Open it. This experiment definitely won't work if we don't open it. Do you always carry a corkscrew up your sleeve? Don't be preposterous, but I am always meticulous when it comes to preparing for my experiments. I plan for every eventuality, Nenio sighs. Alright, I admit it, but that's not true. But I have truly prepared for this particular experiment. What's this experiment going to be about? I'm taking a huge risk with this experiment. I'm putting my reputation, my good name, and even my future on the line. With the help of this bottle, I will lower myself to the level of the average man on the street, and I will try to understand the mentality of someone wholly devoid of intelligence. Yep, so I was right. Nenio's just planning to get tanked and see what happens. You surely know, maybe even from personal experience, that alcohol dampens mental activity and is a catalyst for stupidity. With a brain like mine, alcohol is the only way to find out how it feels to be an idiot. Fair. You're talking as if you've never tried alcohol before. I haven't. I never saw the point of it. Fair. So you're asking me to be your drinking buddy? Not at all. I'll do the drinking alone. Your role in this experiment will include standing here and providing me with a visible reaction to my inevitable temporary degradation. Alright, let's fucking go. Well, let's begin. With the steely resolve of a warrior going to his last battle, Nenio takes a big gulp straight from the bottle. Ack! Wah! Ugh! That's disgusting! After she overcomes the urge to vomit, she looks at you with teary eyes. How do you all drink this? What do you mean? This is sweet wine. This is like baby's first alcohol. I am doing this for the sake of science. Another gulp. Oh, that should be enough. Ugh. Now, am I stupid yet? Quick, ask me about something smart. Oh, we passed all of the checks for these. How many heroic acts did Iomade perform? 11, of course. She did all manner of things, turned her cloak into a bridge, created a powerful artifact out of nowhere using just her broken sword and a bit of prayer, and even talked some undead into throwing himself upon his sword. By the way, did you know that if you question the authenticity of these acts in the center of Iomade's cathedral in Neurosian, you can get a boot-shaped bruise right in the lower of your back? It would seem I'm not drunk enough yet. Nenio takes another swig from the bottle. Right. It seems to be working. Now, I need to come up with an idea right now. I usually have a ton of ideas. Let's see now. Discari and Baphomet. Their anti-Crusader alliance is not effective enough. They need to unite their forces on the physical level. Baphomet needs to mount Discari and ride him into battle 2 in 1. That sounds like something that belongs on AO3. Yes, the experiment was successful. I am definitely drunk. She takes another gulp from the bottle to further confirm her condition. So how does it feel to be drunk for the first time in your life, from a scientific point of view? Terrific. I have definitely become more stupid. More than that, I'm as dumb as a box of rocks, and right now I don't give a rat's ass about science. Wait, I think I've got it. That's how men on the street see science? They don't give a rat's ass about it. Who cares how many heroic acts Iomade performed? A million or not a single one. Iomade's over there, Nenio says with a vague wave of her hand, whereas the bottle is right here where it belongs. Congratulations, I guess? Now what? That's it for now. The experiment was a success. In just a moment, Nenio stares at you with glazed eyes, shakes her head, and exhales loudly. When she meets your gaze again, her eyes are crystal clear. Alright, I'm fine now. What was that? What was what? A moment ago you were drunk as a skunk, and now all of a sudden you're stone cold sober. Is that so? Nenio looks at the bottle in her hand, thoughtfully licks her lips, and nods. It seems that is indeed what happened. Clearly I decided to forget the incident entirely, because I no longer need this information. So she just forgot she was drunk? That's not how alcohol works. What I need now is to write an article for the encyclopedia about the influence that alcohol has on an individual's mind. So you can simply forget you were drunk and sober up just like that? I have simply blocked the deleterious effects of alcohol from my mind. To put it in basic terms, I just forgot I'd consumed alcohol. The mechanism is similar to the one that I use to get rid of irrelevant memories. It's not overly complicated if you know how to do it. Your abilities are just amazing. Eh? What? What was I talking about? Alright, happy I could help. On behalf of future generations, I formally thank you for your assistance in this momentous experiment. Now, I have time to answer your questions. Come on, ask away. I don't want you in my party anymore. No. I have to go. Good. Alright, so I guess that means that I should go talk to the other party members? Because maybe they'll have little mini quests as well for us? I didn't see anyone else inside other than Nenio. Everyone else that we saw was outside or is probably in the Citadel. I guess we can go talk to Sociel. He might have something to do. Nope. Ember? Here we go. Alright, tell me about yourself. Well, they call me Ember. I used to live in the River City, and now I walk with you. That's my story. Why do they call you Ember? I've had many names. When I was little, Mom and Dad called me Dove, or Cricket, or Kitten. Dad called me his Ray of Sunshine. And when my mom was cross, she called me by a long name, a grown-up one. I can't remember it, no matter how hard I try. Then, when I came to live in the River City, the good people called me different funny names, like Ember, or Torch, or Smoky. I don't know why. Because they tried to burn you alive. They called me Bird Brain because I have a crow. They called me Lucky Seven because of my fingers. She raises her hands. The middle finger on her right hand and the two smaller fingers on her left are missing. Oh, damn. They sometimes called me Grilled Meat and said I was stupid, but I didn't feel hurt. I mean, they're right. I really am silly. They didn't mean to hurt me. I like Ember. It's a good word. Embers are like people. On the outside, they're gray and cold like stones, but they're warm inside. You can blow on them and they'll start a fire to help you survive a cold night. And that's wonderful, isn't it? Ember it is. Where are you from? Far away, from the flower country. The girl gestures vaguely off into the distance. It's so beautiful there. Everywhere there's flowers blooming, golden towers, and waterfalls. And everyone's like me, with pointy ears. There are no round-eared people, no short ones, no horned heads. We live there together, me and Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad argued a lot. Dad used to say that all the good people should go on the crusade and fight the demons. And Mom said he was silly because it was so far away and none of our business, and that he shouldn't abandon his child. She meant me. But he didn't abandon me. He took me along. He said I was born the same year that the hole to the demon world opened. He said it was a sign that I would be one of the heroes who closed it. Of course I'm not a hero, but I'm here anyway, helping as much as I can. Where'd you get your scars? Hey, Red. Yeah, unfortunately you are rather late, but that's what the VODs are for. You can always check in if you want to. We've mostly just been exploring Dresden and dealing with the intercity stuff. Let's see. It happened by accident. My dad and I came sailing down the river to join the crusade. Dad said that all the good people were going to the World Wound to heal it. He said that the Crusaders were the best people in the world, and together we were going to win. No worries, Red. It happens. But when we arrived at the River City, the Crusaders got everything mixed up. They thought my dad and I were bad and decided to burn us at the stake. Dad died, and I cried so loudly that one good knight realized it was all a big mistake. He started yelling at the other Crusaders, even the one in charge, and then walked right into the fire and got me out. The others wanted to stop him, but he took out his sword and scared them away. The kind knight took me to a healer. I later learned that while the knight was pulling me from the flames, he himself was burned so badly that he died not long after. But I'm still alive. A few fingers missing, and my skin is funny. I've lived in the River City ever since. I never had my own house, but I had many friends. And then the demons came, and I met you, and you know what happened after that. We are going chaotic. Good is also seeming like a good one, though. Is it really so easy for you to forgive them? I'm not sure I could be so merciful. That's true. Oh, excuse me. And that lynch mob called themselves Crusaders for shame. Evil is, I've heard enough of your sob stories. I don't care about you or your dead father. Okay, there's a difference between evil and asshole. No, we'll go chaotic. They must have thought they were doing something lawful and just. That's what happens when people let the law do their thinking for them instead of their conscience. No, you see, for some reason they were afraid of us. We were their friends, and there were lots of them, and just two of us, and they had weapons, but they still looked at my dad and me like we were going to bite their heads off. Even when we were already on fire. Even when that good knight was carrying me away in his arms. They looked at us with terror. We performed a chaotic action. And with that, we are on an ad break, so I'm going to pause the stream here real quick, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Stick around. Alright, let's continue with Ember's information. I don't think fear ever has any reason for it. It just lives inside people and makes them do evil. Do you worship any deity? The girl shakes her head with an unwavering smile. Dad taught me to pray to Iamade. He said she was a kind goddess, and she called people to crusade against evil. The knights who burned my dad and me worshipped her too. They even lit the fire with a prayer to her, and she did nothing to help us. But then one kind knight alone, without any gods, changed his mind and saved me. I think the gods are the same as us. They don't understand anything, and they're scared of everything, so they hurt themselves and the rest of us. People worship the gods only because they're afraid of being responsible for themselves. Preach it. And the gods listen to the praise, but they become smug and arrogant and begin to believe that they're better than us. But they're no better. They're silly sinners just like the rest of us. Sometimes I pray to the gods. Different ones. The good ones, the bad ones. I ask them to stop. Stop fighting and hurting each other. I don't know if they ever hear me, but if they do, I mean, the knight who wanted to burn me, he was able to change his mind and do a good deed. If he can change, maybe Baphomet can too. Ember is such a sweet snowflake. She's great. I love her. For 100 years, the faithful have prayed to the gods, begging them to rid Galarian of the world wound. But the wound is still there. If someone manages to finally close it for good, it's going to be atheists like you and me, people who don't expect any help from on high. Right, so we get a special dialogue option because we're an atheist. That's true. People place their hope in gods. They like to think that there is someone good, wise, and omnipotent watching over them. Someone who will take care of them and solve all their problems. They realize that they're weak, so they are afraid to rely on themselves. But this is a false hope. Gods don't help, don't save, don't hear. She trails off, fixing her eyes somewhere beyond the horizon, and then smiles her carefree smile at you. People who have given up on themselves, they're the ones who put their trust in gods. People who have given up on gods put their trust in themselves. It's great that you understand that. With you, we're bound to win, even if the gods and the people turn away from us. How did you survive on the streets? The elf shrugs. Mom, Dad, please stop fighting. Yeah, basically. There are many good people in the River City. When I sang for them in the street, they'd often give me coins, or bread, or sometimes even clothes. I shared everything with the other homeless, and they showed me where it's safe to sleep, where I could go out of the rain where I could get out of the rain and cold, there we go, where I could find discarded things. When the demons destroyed the River City, I looked for my friends, but I found no one. They probably all died. The homeless have no supplies or weapons or basements to hide in, and the knights won't protect them either. Knights are like gods, so self-important. They're saving the world after all. What do they care about the homeless? Still smiling, the girl shrugs. Where do your magical powers come from? Like, Ember is great, because, like, she's so optimistic, but also incredibly cynical. And, like, she's just such a well-written character. Where do your magical powers come from? These tricks? I have them from my grandma. She used to be my father's grandma, and before that his father's. I've never seen her myself, but she's very clever and kind. When I lived on the street, sometimes she left food for me or a blanket in the winter. Sometimes I feel her stroking my hair as I fall asleep, but if I open my eyes, there's no one near. She was one of the first unique characters written for the game. That doesn't surprise me. She also sent me Soot. She scratches the crow's beak, and the bird grumbles happily in response. She tells Soot how to do different tricks, and Soot teaches me. Oh, we succeeded on a check here. It appears that Ember doesn't know who exactly gave her these powers, but you can guess from her words that her patron is Andaletta, a powerful Archon, one of the Imperial Lords, also known as Grandmother Crow. Huh, interesting. Thank you for your answers. Oh, not at all. I didn't really tell you anything. Alright, the Queen gave me the title of Knight Commander and put me in charge of an army. What do you think about that? The elf focuses her wandering gaze on your eyes, smiles, and shakes her head. Don't believe titles. All of us in the world are children of the street. Barefoot, hungry, scared, a step away from death. Some imagine they're strong and rich, like gods, but don't forget who you really are behind the title. Ember is basically a warlock in everything but name, sorta, and Paizo legit wrote an entire archetype subclass for her. Huh. Well, she deserves it. Yeah, you're always so cheerful. How do you manage to remain so hopeful when we're surrounded by such horror? Hope? She tilts her head and continues with a smile. No, no. Hope is a lie. What should we hope for? This world is in the hands of demons. The gods can't help, or they don't want to, or they forgot about us altogether. The people know they're about to be eaten by demons, but still they quarrel with each other and fight and steal. There's no hope, only us. We'll have to win without hope. It will be hard. The entire abyss is against us. We can only win by some miracle, which means we'll have to make one happen. What other choice do we have? We'll work a miracle and win, because we have to. The elf smiles broadly and nods to herself. I have to go. So go. The elf watches you with a radiant smile as you leave. Amber is great. Let's see. Okay, who else? Here, Wendwag is down here. We've already checked out the prison and house and abandoned building. So yeah, let's go check out Wendwag. I don't see any other loot markers, so I think we've basically stolen everything. Where is Wendwag? Oh, there she is. We've got our, she's hanging out with our Triceratops. Here we go. Wendwag greets you with a servile bow. Mistress, how can I serve you? What do you think of your new powers? Oh, I made the right choice when I decided to serve you, mistress. This power you've given me. I always felt I was destined to possess such might. Her voice is soft and deep like a cat's purr. Please stop groveling. Wendwag shakes her head. I'm not groveling. I'm showing respect for your power. This is exactly how the weak should behave in the presence of the strong. This session has just been you chatting to all companions. That and also just doing some shopping. We finally got a second bag of holding, so that was nice. And we've just kind of been checking out all the areas. We accidentally smashed a box that had something magic in it. No idea what it was, but we broke it. It was in the temple. I don't think it was anything important, but it was a mistake. Am I imagining things, or do you find me attractive? Wendwag smiles playfully in return. Maybe I do. I like people like you. People who are strong, determined, who don't hide behind others. You're not only attracted to men, then. The warrior casts a sidelong look at you. Men think they're irreplaceable in bed, but you and I understand that two women can give each other pleasure that men couldn't even dream of. Wait, this is the romance. Well, yes, I figured this was the romance. Look, Red. I may be incredibly oblivious, in the realm of love, but I'm not this fucking oblivious. I can tell what's going on here. And I am absolutely going for Wendwag, because Wendwag is great. I like you too. Then why am I here and not in your bed already? Wendwag smirks and snaps her teeth playfully, showing off her sharp fangs. If you want me, I'm not opposed to the idea. I've long been wondering if you were as good in bed as you are in battle. I knew that the second bag was in Dresden, didn't want to spoil it though, yeah. I wish that there were more bags of holding. I know that, like, for game reasons, I know why they don't, but I want, like, 4 bags of holding so I can just carry everything. Okay. We don't have an option to actually go and do that. Alright, that's it for now. Oh, we got an achievement, though. It seems one of your companions is attracted to you. Where will it lead? Ooh. The huntress gazes at you with devotion. Thank you for talking to me, mistress. Okay. We are, getting hot and heavy with Wendwag. Alright, now Sela. Looks like there's still Darren and Camilla, who we haven't spoken with. And then we're gonna go to the Citadel. Sela, anything new?
So, what do you reckon
Sela
about
looks
everything
anxious.
that's come crashing down on us? All the responsibility, command, this new power.
Oh, it's actually a voice section. Sela looks anxious. She's honing her sword, but her movement seems nervous. The girl doesn't even notice you at first, but when she does, she smiles cheerlessly and stops what she's doing. Do you give Irabeth her sword back? Not yet. I'm assuming that Irabeth is in the Citadel, because it's the only place we haven't gone, and we have not run into Irabeth yet. That's what I was planning to do, but I haven't run into Irabeth yet, is basically what it boils down to. But that is what I'm going to do as soon as we run into her. So that'll probably be towards the end of the session once we get to the Citadel. Alright. Yeah, so what do you reckon about everything that's come down crashing on us, all the responsibility, command this new power? Yeah, I haven't figured it out yet. We'll see what happens next.
Watching and waiting is a good strategy. Probably.
Look, we chose the chaotic good option, so, this is kind of our jam here. Since it seems like you're romancing Wendy, well, what's that supposed to mean? Look, I very clearly have a type.
I'm still frightened by what happened in the Grey Garrison. Were we really chosen? By Iomade herself? You know, back when I was a snot-nosed kid who just started down the path to becoming a paladin, I imagined once or twice that I was going to do something heroic. The lights would shine down on me, the trumpets would sing, I'd hear the voice of the goddess, or at least her herald, you know? I'd be informed that I had been chosen for a great cause. But that's the point where my imagination always failed me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you actually, I think, missed us giving Nenio alcohol. That was interesting. But no, I'm not going to romance Nenio because Nenio's very annoying.
Somehow, it really happened. Without all the trumpets or the herald or even anyone explaining what I had to do. Though it's clear as day, my place is here, in this demon-ridden wound. Quite a lovely war going on, in fact. Endless, I hear. I'm gonna need some time to wrap my head around this. Spare me an hour and I'll crawl into some dark corner and whine about my hard lot. What can I tell you? I cry easily.
Well, if the opportunity ever presents itself, we might do it, but we have not seen any dialogue options that would indicate that that is an available option at the moment. Let's see. Sure, this is new dialogue. Let's see what happens. I'd like to know more about you. Of course, ask anything, I'll answer honestly. Where are you from? I'm a little bit from Geb, a little bit from Katapesh, but mostly from the Knights of Iomade. I was accepted and began my training at 14. I belong to their ranks more than I belong to any other place. Ninio's superpower, I forgot I was drunk. Yeah, that was wild. That is not how alcohol works. Alright, you've come to Mendev by a long road, haven't you? A very long one. Sela looks at you cheerfully. A traveler is expected to have amusing stories. Unfortunately, I have only 3 tales of any interest, and I'd like to save them for our next feast. Otherwise, I won't have anything to show for myself when it's time to start bragging. And that just won't do. Especially since I'll win the night with my cautionary tale of a battle with chupacabras. Okay. You can't tempt me with a story about fighting chupacabras and then not follow through. What are chupacabras, by the way? Incredibly repulsive magical beasts, fast and dangerous. They can... Well, it looks like someone's fooled me into starting the tale. I guess now I'll have to tell the whole story. Picture a small town in Kadira, and down in the dungeon there's 2 murderers waiting to be executed. The gallows are already built for them. The rope's been bought. But sometimes life takes a surprising turn. Suddenly, a paladin of Iomade appears in the doorway and offers the murderers a deal. If they go with her to fight some monsters, they'll live. If they survive, that is. There's a big difference between imminent death and probable death with a glimmer of hope, wouldn't you say? So here we are, traveling through the desert, me and my friend, a priestess of Sarenrae, along with the little ratfolk fellow who'd asked for our help, and the 2 cutthroats. We get to the ratfolk village and see their bodies lying around, all drained dry. We figured we'd have to fight vampires. That's how the little rat folk described the monsters who attacked their village. That's why we went in all brazen-like. The sun was high, and the vampires couldn't attack until dusk. But we never got a chance to look around. Black shadows, quick as the wind, attacked us from all sides. Not vampires, but chupacabras. One of the lads we pulled from the gallows got killed right away. The second one ran for his life. That left me, the rat folk, and Kyra. That was the name of our priestess. And we all steeled ourselves for the fight of our lives. And just when we thought the end had come, with the chupacabras surrounding me like a pack of dogs around a bear, our rat folk friend wounded and down, and the teeth of the quickest of those blasted monsters clenched on Kyra's shoulder, right then, when all hope was lost, the other lad from the gallows suddenly comes running back. He kills the beast attacking Kyra. I'm sure you know what a turning point in a fight looks like. Well, this was it. A moment before, we were lost, and a moment later, we had it back under control. The chupacabras dropped dead, one by one. The little rat folk is reunited with his family, who were hiding in the basement. The priestess and I closed the eyes of that boy from the gallows who saved us. It was a shame he didn't survive the fight. May the gods keep his soul in its journey through the afterlife. I expected a more cheerful story, and now I'm sad. No. That's a good story. He could have died in disgrace on the gallows, but instead he died a hero. And I'd fancy the stunt earned him some points at his final judgment. It's smart to remember our journey as an end in death. Had it not been for that mercy, Milos, that was his name, would be hanging from a noose, and me, Kyra, and all the rat folk would be dead in that village. Someone told me that a kind deed done by an unkind person is 100 times more precious. By the same token, an evil done by a noble soul is 100 times more horrifying. That's what I really wanted to say. The chupacabras were just a good starting point. Alright, what made you become a paladin? Sela's gaze sharpens momentarily, then she sighs. That's a serious question, and a good one. You should ask it of your companions. But it's a long story. To start with, 12 years ago, I was nothing like the person I am now. I roamed the streets of Solku with the other homeless orphans. I stole, I fought, I was a hired sword for a bit. Not the proper origin for a paladin, is it? Back then, Solku was a city of orphans, widows, and widowers. Gnolls decimated the city regularly. My parents were among their victims. People there heard about new deaths before they'd finished mourning their previous losses. One day, a group of knights of Iomade brought a glimmer of hope into the city. But while others saw them as saviors and protectors, I was busy pricing up their noble horses and their gleaming mithril armor, wondering just how much one of their pretty swords would fetch. Ha! A thief lives one day at a time, that's what they say. I was the type that never thought past their next job. Anyhow, I was able to sneak into the knight's camp and steal one of their mithril helms. Sela pauses, her voice sad and measured. And I was right there when a gnoll attacked the helm's owner. Asemi was her name, and dealt a blow to her unprotected head. A gnoll like all those others she'd fearlessly driven from the gates of Solku. That one blow was fatal, but who was really to blame for her death? The gnoll attacker, or the young thief named Sela? I know what it takes to survive sometimes, I can't judge you. Even a seemingly small misdeed can have terrible consequences. No, we're not doing lawful. Life is cruel and full of chaos. Sometimes survival just comes down to luck. Yeah? So that's how you see it. Sela looks at you with curiosity, but no hostility. I can't accept that point of view. If the story of my youth taught me anything, it's that we're all accountable for our actions. It's too easy to wave off responsibility if you use the cruelty of life as an excuse. I'm not waving it off as the cruelty of life, but it's just that, like, there was no way that she could have possibly known that would have happened. Like, it was just bad luck. There were so many things that had to go wrong in order for that to happen. But you were asking what brought me into the ranks of Iomede's warriors. We all choose the paladin's path for our own reasons. Some are guided by nobility of spirit, some by a desire to fight injustice. I became who I am through penance and a debt unpaid. The day Asemi died protecting my city, I wanted to kill myself for the terrible guilt I felt. But then I realized it wouldn't make the world any better, and I decided that instead I'd try to take her place. I'd become who she had been, and protect the innocents that she would no longer be able to protect. Okay, what are the principles that paladins of Iomade follow? Sela smiles. I'll tell you. I like to recite our code. It feels like I've said it 1,000 times, but it never gets old. There's strength in these words. After a pause, she begins, her voice slow and meditative. I will learn the weight of my sword. Without my heart to guide it, it is worthless. My strength is not in my sword, but in my heart. If I lose my sword, I have lost a tool. If I betray my heart, I have died. I will have faith in the Inheritor. I will channel her strength through my body. I will shine in her legion, and I will not tarnish her glory through base actions. I am the first into battle and the last to leave it. I will not be taken prisoner by my free will. I will not surrender those under my command. I will never abandon a companion, though I will honor sacrifice freely given. I will guard the honor of my fellows, both thought and deed, and I will have faith in them. When in doubt, I may force my enemies to surrender, but I am responsible for their lives. I will never refuse a challenge from an equal. I will give honor to worthy enemies and contempt to the rest. I will suffer death before dishonor. I will be temperate in my actions and moderate in my behavior. I will strive to emulate Iomede's perfection. Alright, that's it. Okay, hope I didn't bore you. Ask me something else. Okay, yeah. The fate of the League of the Cart affected you greatly. So you could say, I did what I thought was right. I tried to help a good person with their troubles. And what came of it? I'm sorry, but I won't find peace until I track down Curl and Jana. What were they thinking? Is there any way to get through to them? Or should I just admit I was terribly wrong? There's another thing that's worrying me. The way people react to your power, and mine. They think that if we've been chosen by Iomade, they need to pray at our feet. I'm not comfortable with the young warriors hanging on my every word. Sela smiles sourly. I feel alone. Nobody else is going to sit with me and celebrate saving a beer cart. And I'd like to regain, if not the friendship, at least the trust of the other knights. Especially those I respect and consider my friends, like Elin. We're not going our separate ways. I like Sela. Thank you for speaking with me. Okay, so that's Sela. Next on to Darren, who I don't think is going to have anything because we haven't been using him. So he probably doesn't have anything new to tell us, but we'll see in a minute. Yes, I did hire Greybor. I was under the impression that for 2,500 gold, he was just going to go and do the fucking job, but no. Apparently we need to go with him. What a scam, really. Okay. What's Darren up to? Greyboar's goated. Now, does he act as an NPC, or do we actually have to put him in our party? Looking around the place, the Count seems quiet and dejected. He's an actual companion. Oh, okay. That could be a problem, then. Oh, we did get 15,000 gold from the bar owner, though, because we did the optional boss fight in the tavern. So that was great. Ah, Casimira. Hello there. I'm feeling uncharacteristically pensive right now. Or rather, I'm finding it rather difficult to put my thoughts into words today. Or I'm trying to understand something. We've been traveling together for a while now. What's your opinion of me? You're an arrogant, egotistical brat, and it doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon. Or I sincerely believe you can change and become a better person. You don't let anyone get close. There might be a good reason for that, but you can always count on me if you need any kind of support. Or you're a useful tool to me. Anything beside that is no concern of mine. I know the truth about you. I know what really happened at Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. Let's not go with that one, considering we were basically explicitly told that if he learned that we knew, then we would be fighting an Elder God. So let's not do that one. As much as he is an arrogant, egotistical brat, I feel like it's rude to just say that outright. Let's go with, let's go with the good option. I sincerely believe that you can change and become a better person. Ugh. Did you really have to spoil the moment with such a trite reproof? Damn right I did. I knew that was going to annoy you. Fine. Do you know why I asked you that? Because the answer to the question, what do you think of me, usually reveals more about the one doing the answering than the one doing the asking. Now that I've got you thinking, let's proceed to the usual small talk. People say that you're deliberately trying Queen Galfrey's patience. Is that true? Does it even matter? All of Mendevian high society has declared war on me. They either despise me or they're trying to steer me back onto the right path. And I'm doing everything in my power to keep them on their toes. I relish the prospect of all the fun this mess in Kennebrez will bring. Darren grins from ear to ear. If you do that, you can risk perma-losing him. Yeah, I figured that would probably be the case. The game was not subtle about saying, do not mention this to Darren. Let's see. I shall either commission a song about the great Kennebrez fiasco from a certain talented bard, or confuse the jewelers with a rather tall order. A batch of silver dragon toys with detachable heads. Holy shit. It will make sense much later. Well, we already did the mission at the Heaven's Gate or whatever. So we know what his deal is right now. So I assume we would learn more about what the situation is later, but we do know what happened. Let's see. Give me a week and they'll be in every shop in the capital. Okay. The heroic dragon who died for our future deserves respect, not your mockery. Chaotic is, you should make sure it's really easy to rip the wings off your dragon trinket as well. Kids are going to love it. That's a little much. Evil, your jokes are silly and childish. If you really want to get your revenge, then make your enemies suffer. Yeah, like, honestly, even though Terendeliv did go down in like 5 seconds, they still did try to fight for us, and that's a little crude. We're gonna go good option here. The heroic dragon who died for our future deserves respect, not your mockery. She's dead. She doesn't really care, and I shall enjoy 3 or 4 minutes of rather pleasant thoughts about the rage of those sanctimonious fools who pestered me the most. It's very uncouth. May I ask you a few personal questions? You can try. I've heard stories about the tragedy that befell your family. I hope you don't feel obliged to offer me your insincere condolences on this unfortunate occasion. My whole family, my entire noble line, they all died, and demons are to blame. It's not like I actually loved any of my relatives except for my mother, but what's gone is gone. The family crypts are full of corpses, all covered in dust and the shadows of the past. What do you cherish most in life? There are far too many things that I cherish to fit them all into a single conversation. Believe it or not, I might be one of the most life-loving people you've ever known. Darren smiles. His eyes are gleaming with something different from his usual impudence and irony. There's a dreamy air about him all of a sudden. I rarely meet anyone who embraces the joys of living as enthusiastically as myself. There are so many exciting and beautiful things in this world. It should be illegal to waste your time on anything you do not enjoy, and I am not afraid to repeat that to anyone's face, should it be Discari and his demonic herd, or Ayamade the Lightbringer herself. What do you hate the most? The feeling of helplessness, the lack of control over my own life. Okay, I can sympathize with that. Or empathize. Empathize, I think, is right. Darren replied without thinking. Then he adds, with obvious sarcasm, and onion rings, of course. I'd murder the person who came up with those abominations. How dare! Onion rings are great. You don't seem especially keen on helping people, but your knowledge of healing is truly impressive. What prompted your interest in that? If you really want to try out everything life has to offer, you also have to understand how to deal with the consequences. That's fair. And I'm not talking about a simple hangover, mind you. Do you have any good stories about your past exploits? I've got plenty, but I have to warn you that even the most outrageous debauchery sounds far less thrilling when you're not the one doing the debauching. Still, since you asked, I suppose the worst mess I've ever gotten myself into was when I staged my own kidnapping. I was once in correspondence with one of the Riverlands nobles, the young Lord Lebeda, and he told me about his days as a hostage to a group of bandits. This made me wonder what it would be like, and I thought that it might be fun to set up a little experiment. I engineered my own kidnapping by a certain gang through a chain of intermediaries and hired actors. Those fellows took the job very seriously. They caught me by surprise, killed my 2 bodyguards, and even tied me up. Of course, the whole thing seems preposterous now, but it seemed like an ingenious idea at the time. The employers had told the kidnappers that they were to keep me safe and sound, and another group of mercenaries in disguise was watching the spectacle from afar, ready to interfere in case anything went wrong. It turned out to be a terrible idea nonetheless. It wasn't the least bit fun or exciting. Sure, those bandits had been unable to torture or hurt me physically in any way, but they had plenty of other non-invasive methods of humiliation in their arsenal. Taking almost all of your clothes off and splashing ice-cold water all over you, for example. Yuck! I can't even remember if I said anything truly offensive to provoke them. Even though I initially planned to let them go after the ransom, their overly emotional reactions made me change my mind. I told my mercenaries to hang them all on the spot. I suppose the whole ordeal taught me a valuable lesson, which is that I am not built for hardships and trials. Wait, you just told me that a couple of your bodyguards died during the staged kidnapping. Does that mean 2 innocent people lost their lives so that you could have a bit of fun? Or, your cruel jokes bring nothing but misery. He is extra. He is he is just the walking embodiment of YOLO. Your cruel jokes bring people nothing but misery. I'd say life's too short not to try out everything you can, or these mind games of yours will come back to bite you sooner or later. Well, we do need to raise our chaotic, so we're gonna go with the chaotic option for this one. I shall console myself with that thought. So that was a stupid story, and now I'll tell you a truly brilliant one. He's like Asterion, but minus the vampirism and more the sass. I haven't actually played Baldur's Gate 3, so I don't know a ton about him other than what I've seen in, like, TikToks and shit. Prelate Hallrun had always strictly prohibited any public celebrations in Kennebrez, and he always picked on me for my lack of respect for the fallen and whatnot. His grumbling annoyed me so much that one day I drove 4 barges into the city harbor and set up a celebration on their decks. The ships on the river didn't fall under the prelate's jurisdiction, you see, so all he could do was snarl at me from the embankment. I, for one, did not forget the old boy. The main attraction of the festivities involved an inquisitor of Iomade dancing and roasting beautiful witches on illusory bonfires, taking off his clothes with every new victim. The spectacle was so heated, in every sense of the word, that the prelate almost had a stroke. Darren gives you a mischievous smile. Sorry if I spoiled anything there. You'd learn it within the first... Oh, no, I was well aware that Asterion was a vampire. That's not news to me. And I have no intention of actually playing Baldur's Gate 3, because it is a really, really long and branching game, and that just does not appeal to me. It's too big. When a game is too open, it makes me not want to play it because I kind of get overwhelmed with the choices. A CRPG that's even... Wait, this game's bigger than Baldur's Gate 3? Fuck me. To be fair, this game was gifted to me. Arctic Android bought me this, so that is why I'm playing it. It's not a game that I would have purchased on my own. I am enjoying it. However, that said... I'm not going to be playing, like, a second run-through of Wrath of the Righteous. I am just going to play through the one playthrough, and that's probably where I'll call it for the game, once I get to the ending. I don't really enjoy playing through games to get different, like, paths, when it's still the same story. I like to play through the story, and then once I get to the end, that's kind of it for me. I just get bored if I have to play through the same content again, even if I'm playing a different kind of character. Okay, yes, let's continue. I still consider that one of my finest ideas of all time. Should the Crusaders ever succeed in their efforts against the World Wound, I will do my utmost to get permission to hold a grand public celebration. Rivers of wine, free of charge, an obligatory parade, and a carnival in the evening. A contest for the most provocative succubus costume with a hefty prize in gold. Another contest where the participants have to fish a sausage out of a wine jar blindfolded with their hands tied behind their back. The wine will symbolize the blood of all the dead heroes of the war, and the sausage, well, they'll find a heroic meaning for that as well. Over the years, the commemoration of the greatest victory of light over darkness will turn into an ordinary holiday, a fine excuse to get sloshed and rut like animals in the streets. Okay. This is a 200-plus hour. If you only focus on the main story, 55 hours. Well, we're at, like, almost 80 hours so far. So, I do like doing side quests and things. So we are going to play this for as long as it takes to get to the end, and then it is going to be shelved. I'm not going to do any of the other gods and stuff. You just started Act 3. How many acts are there? I don't know how big the game actually is. Honestly, I thought that I would be done by now. 6 acts? Fuck me, we're going to be playing this forever. Okay. Do you enjoy being mean to everyone? Yes. Solid. And here I thought you were hurling insults at people purely by accident. Darren laughs. This time his smile is surprisingly soft. I like your way with words. What did you expect me to say if I wanted to make a good impression? Something along the lines of, I'm not mean, I'm just being honest with myself and everyone else. That's what people use as an excuse when they want to keep up their saccharine facade while still saying whatever nasty little thoughts spring to mind. It's an entire 1 to 20? Yeah. Well, we're in it for the long haul. That is not what I do. I have no hidden agenda. I'm just as much of an insufferable prick as I seem to be. Some people are simply begging for a good dose of mockery, so who am I to deny them? I don't give a damn if anyone holds a grudge against me, which is why I don't even try to avoid it. Cassie. Fuck it, we ball. Yeah, I know. Like, I will play a game through to the end, but, like, it is difficult for me when I don't have clear objectives. That's why I can't play games like Minecraft and Factorio and those kind of things, because they don't have that kind of meta progression that I really need in order to work through a game. But like this, like Wrath of the Righteous, for as big as the game is, it is very clear about what things you need to do and in what order. And that works for me, because now I can see, yes, I have to do this and this and this, and I have to do this now and this later, and I can just go and do them. Yeah, no, I quite enjoyed the Shadowrun. It's kind of just definitely more manageable in size, that's for certain. I do, like, for me, my ideal game length is, like, around probably, like, 20 hours. That's a good amount of time to really get your teeth into the game, do what you want to do with it, and feel like you've had a very satisfying experience. Like, really, 10 to 20 hours, I think, is a good length of time for a game to be. Like, 10 hours, you can still get a really good, solid game in there. It's a little on the short side, but you can still do a lot with it. Shorter than 10 hours is a little more iffy. But, like, really, in the 10 to 20 hour range is kind of where I like games to sit. Alright, no more questions. I'd like to talk about life in Mendev and the Crusade. Jeez, I was expecting Darren to not have any more dialogue, and here he is with, like, more dialogue than anyone else. Feel like Darren's just real catty? Yeah, he definitely is that. I think that he would sacrifice puppies if he had a reason for it. Not necessarily a good reason, mind you, but a reason. See, ask, I'm all ears. What's Queen Galfrey like in person? We've met her. You mean my dearest cousin? Oh, she is the embodiment of all the virtues one can possibly think of, and all the unthinkable ones as well. She is beautiful, wise, charismatic, sharp-witted, a kind yet ambitious ruler, a skilled fighter, and a beacon of faith for all the worshippers of Iomade. Have I already mentioned her unrivaled beauty? I'm more than sure that even her cooking is delicious. If she would deign to descend to the realm of mortals and actually try to cook something, the old bitch. Darren's bored tone doesn't waver even on those last words. If you think I'm insulting her dishonorably behind her back, then you're wrong. Her Majesty is perfectly aware of my feelings toward her. The entire capital knows it as well, all of Canabra's too, if not the entire country. My royal cousin is the quintessence of everything that irritates me about my glorious motherland. Her flamboyant righteousness, forced selflessness, and, sadly, her sincere devotion and austerity. The Count frowns. I must give her credit for one thing, though. She somehow managed to keep this country united, even despite the unrelenting demonic threat and the influx of thousands of foreigners every day. After a pause, Darren continues. Galfrey of Mendev is like a demigoddess to many of our paladins. She is the Crusader Queen, the Sword of Iomade. Is there any other monarch on Galarian whose subjects love them so ardently? The church pays for her life elixirs so that she can continue to be the cement that keeps the crusade together. Without her, this whole war machine would fall to pieces immediately, and I'd so love to watch it crumble. This holy pot is in need of a good stir. What's your opinion on Mendiv today in general? It doesn't exist, Darren scowls. It is a frontier country that has attracted every utopian, adventurer, and fanatic from all over the world for more than a century. It is a place where the strangers outnumber the locals, especially in the cemeteries. The population of Mendiv, for the most part, consists of humans and other races not exactly known for their longevity, so the current generation of Mendevians were born in the shadow of the world wound and raised by the Crusades. I might be the last person to complain about the decline of traditions and lack of character in our country, but I also happen to come from one of Mendev's most ancient lineages. Its history is bred deep into my bones. My tutors told me stories about my heritage. The galleries, libraries, and even the interiors of the manors I grew up in were filled to the brim with memories of events long past. There are many heroes of old Mendiv among my glorious ancestors, or at the very least, patrons and contemporaries of such heroes. Does anyone actually remember them now? I don't think so. These days, Mendiv has its own heroes, in shining armor and with holy fire in their eyes. I myself remember how several streets that once celebrated my ancestors were renamed in honor of some crusaders who had died in a heroic fashion. None of the citizens remember the old crossing festival that was eventually replaced by Armas. These holidays even share the same date. Pretty much the only authentic thing about Mendiv now is its endless war with the demons. And is there a point in bemoaning this state of affairs? What's gone is gone, but at least we are no longer some tiny, godforsaken northern kingdom. And that's something, isn't it? You don't really like crusaders, do you? Imagine being someone like me. Someone who has everything they could possibly desire. Youth, beauty, wealth, an honest wish to live and enjoy living, but vanishingly few ways to put it all to use. The fact that the word fun itself is not yet outlawed in Mendiv must be due to some bureaucratic oversight. You can celebrate your victories solemnly, you can wet your whistle after a challenging battle, but what about real fun? Joys, pleasures? I can't remember a single evening at court without someone chastening me for my banquets, my lovers and mistresses, my luxuriant clothes, my everything. It would have been a lot easier to tolerate all those hypocrites if they took a break once in a while. Instead, there was a constant fuss about how I wasn't doing anything for the greater good, and how I only brought shame to my royal cousin. What do you think of our enemies? Do you mean the demons themselves or their followers? The former deserve to be cleansed with heavenly fire for their unholy origin alone, and the latter for their idiocy. I don't understand why a sane person would submit themselves to Discari or Kabiri. Alright, Lady Nocticula almost seems like a bearable enough mistress, yet there are so many other cultists. They've tried to recruit me twice already, and I'm not even that old. First, a very pretty tiefling girl tried to seduce me, then they came with promises of Lord Baphomet's endless boons. I still wonder what exactly the old hornhead could offer me that I don't already have. You know what I've been thinking? Every shopkeeper knows this trick. An enticing offer along the lines of 1 in every 100 buns from my bakery contains a silver coin. And of course a hired actress to make a memorable show of finding said coin in her sweet roll. And there you have it. Hundreds of gullible fools storm the shop hoping to win a prize for themselves. I think the infamous Aurilu Vorlesh was such an actress for the Lords of the Abyss. A petty Sarkorian witch who became the uncrowned queen of the world wound, waited upon hand and foot by demon lords. Only instead of visiting a bakery, the gullible fools rushed to join the cultists. We have an army of unbelievably powerful supernatural invaders from another dimension, hell-bent on destruction and domination, and what do those fools do? They serve them willingly as pawns and lackeys, hoping against hope that someday their masters will notice them. You won't believe how delighted I am to be so vain and self-absorbed. These sins protect me against demonic temptation better than any virtue. Okay. Do you want to talk about your past? I've been thinking a lot about what happened since our visit to Heaven's Edge. Do you want me to write a detailed report? You are the commander of the crusade, not my personal biographer. Why do you need this boring trivia? Alright, that's it. Alright, we're done with Darren, finally. Camilla, I don't know even... For some reason, I just cannot remember her name. Camellia. We're 80 hours into the game and I still can't get her fucking her name right. Camellia looks you over pensively, toying with the snake-shaped bow and amulet that dangles from her pale neck. Oh, are we going to learn something about this? Noticing your glance, she flashes you a cold, barely there smile. Greetings. It seems for a moment that she wanted to say something else, but the pause grows too long, and she slips back into cautious silence. Okay. At any point in this game, will we be able to take that stupid fucking necklace off of her? Because all it does is hide her alignment. We could be giving her a friggin' +2 or +3 necklace of armor. But no, she's stuck with this goddamn pendant. I really hope that we can remove it at some point. Alright, tell me about yourself. You want to know more about me than you already do? Why? Camellia arches a dainty brow. I talk to the spirits of this tormented land, and they guide me in battle. I'll help you fight the demons, and I swear that you can rely on me in this matter. Isn't that sufficient? Okay, no questions about the necklace. Where did you learn to wield a rapier so well? I had good teachers, although they don't get all the credit. I am a most diligent student. Camellia licks her parched lips. If you want to learn that, amulet equals... Yes, yeah. That I know. We were able to identify what it does, but it is locked to her character. She won't take it off. Oh, here we go. Your amulet is quite unusual. Okay, I missed that when I was looking at it here. Your amulet is quite unusual. Where did you get it? Ah, my little trinket. It's so nice of you to notice. But I assure you, this amulet is nothing but a bauble. Can a lady not be drawn to beautiful, useless things? Lady, it's a fucking skull. You're not fooling anyone. You're much more relaxed during combat. Your battle cries are uninhibited. She blushes slightly and lowers her eyes. So you've noticed. And to be honest, I find it embarrassing. You see, being a shaman means having spirits of battle as my ever-present companions. In the heat of combat, they become rather, vocal. So her spirits are getting off when she fights. Wonderful. Anyway, as much as I enjoy our delightful conversations, the spirits are calling me, and I must respond. Please excuse me. Camellia turns away, watching you out of the corner of her eye. Oh, is that it? Oh, we can get back to her, though. Your speech tells me you're of noble birth. Camellia laughs, her practiced musical laugh, as she watches you from under lowered lashes. You're most insightful, a fine quality to have. Camelia's laughter ends, and unspoken words hang in the silence. Oh, she's trying to hit on me. I'm not interested in banging Camellia. Still, I believe that being of noble birth does not give anyone the right to look down on others. No! Well, we are putting it in crazy. That's what Wendwag is for. Alright. Is that so? Well, thank you for sharing your opinion with me. So you're Horgus' daughter. You've discovered my most terrible secret. Father cares so much about the worm name that he raised me in our mansion, hiding me away from the whole world. I'll always be grateful to my father for everything he's done for me, even if Mendev's society disapproves of some of his decisions. Would it be insolent of me to beg for your discretion regarding what you know about us? Wendy's just an obsessive puppy? Spider puppy, I guess. Camelia's words are polite, but her tone grows cold and sharp. Let us keep this as our little secret. I assure you, my father and I appreciate your loyalty and decency. For both myself and my father, I thank you for your understanding. I found a number of interesting implements and accessories in the Gwyrm mansion. How kind of you to share that you've gone through the Gwyrm's dirty laundry and drawn some bizarre conclusions. If you value my company, please refrain from making such insinuations in the future. Okay? What do you think of the powers you've received from me? Camellia shrugs nonchalantly. People of noble descent grow accustomed to ample opportunity. The powers I received from you are useful, but I see no point in treating them with excessive piety. Alright. I have to go. We'll talk later. I won't keep you. The dawning smile on Camelia's face freezes and quickly dies away. Alright, well, I think we've successfully antagonized Camellia, even though that wasn't our intent. Alright, well that means that we'd be going to the Citadel next. because we've already checked out everything else. Yeah, like, no, we haven't made her leave, because it would have said so if that was going to be the case. But, I don't think she likes us very much. Which is fine by me. Does she like anyone? That's a good question. Yeah, she's awful to pretty much everyone. I still don't know where this fucking kangaroo rat came from. Do you have any idea why I have a kangaroo rat following me around?
We should move.
Because, like, none of the... It's not one of the pets that I have assigned. Because I've got my sovereign dragon, the pipe fox, and the cat, none of which are actually on screen right now for some reason. But for some reason, I have this... Where the hell did it go? There it is. Because the scale is a revive item? That's why? Why would I not have it in my inventory? What I don't understand, though, is why there's this fucking, kangaroo rat following me around when it's not one of my assigned items. I don't think it's assigned to any of my other party members, either. So I don't know why it's here. Or where it came from. It's just been around since we came to Dresden. And I don't know why. I don't think it's an action. What is this? Song of Heroic Resolve. Oh, that's one of our new abilities. Neat. But yeah, you might be thinking of the Claw. Terendaliv's Claw is an item that doesn't have any properties, and we'll need to show it to the storyteller, storykeeper, whatever the fuck his name is, later. Let's see. A middle-aged paladin with a genial face salutes you. His sparse gray hair stands in fuzzy tufts on his head, giving him a distinctly unwarlike appearance. Everbright Crusaders reporting for duty. My name is Siar Kobelin, and I am at your service. Queen Galfrey is gathering the main attack force in Nerosian. She ordered us to replenish the losses suffered in Canabras and come here. We will support your troops. A tall, dark-eyed lad is standing behind Siar. He passionately echoes Siar's words. We are ready to go to the front immediately. Allow us to be at the spear of the attack. The old crusader calls the young man to order. Morbeg, don't speak unless spoken to. Don't worry, no one will be defeating any demons without you. Siar smiles kindly and tussles the boy's hair. But yes, Darren is still a sassy bitch, but at least he's nice to Ember. Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel like Camellia has a lot of self-loathing due to her unusual familial circumstances. And she kind of just takes it out on everyone. But she is very convenient since I can use her as an off-healer. Alright, who have you brought with you? Everbright Crusaders, mainly, but we have a lot of volunteers who joined us. Those who arrived at the Queen's call but didn't want to sit in Nerosian waiting for the main army to set off. All the hotheads know that the front is here. Siar nods at the boy behind him, the one who's eager to fight. We picked up this one, too. He walked to Canabras with an old sword in his hand and a few copper coins in his pocket. He was going to keep walking, to kill the demons, and then he would probably have laid siege to Threshold, no doubt. The boy's cheeks go pink at the old man's gentle mockery, but he continues to stare ahead resolutely and boldly. Social would be better, or even Darren, I suppose, but we started with Camellia, and the thing is, Camellia can actually fight as well, because she is there primarily to be a bit of extra damage and another body in the way, essentially, and having her, but also having her as a character who can heal is very beneficial, because I don't have a dedicated healer in the party, and I would rather have a body that is not squishy, even if it's not quite as good at healing. Let's see, did you fight in Kenabres? How are things there? Social can too. He's an insane cleric with far more spells in his repertoire. Yeah, well, we kind of started with Camellia, so we're sort of ride or die with our initial party. The only reason we have Regil in our party is because Woljif decided to fuck off. Let's see. Not personally, no. The Queen summoned me and the bulk of our order to Nerosian. Almost all those who remained behind in Kennebriz died, and the ones that didn't were disorganized and leaderless. But the order did not perish. New volunteers have been pouring into our ranks. We are licking our wounds, Kenabris is rebuilding, life wins out. People are coming from all over Avestan to help. Many are joining up with the Crusaders, just as it happened back in the First Crusade. Regil's earned his bread, though? No, yes, yeah. Regil has been very good in the party. And if Woljif comes back, he's getting told to fuck off into the city. He can stay in the sidelines with the other assholes. Because Regil has been much more useful than Woljif, especially now that we have ways of seeing invisibility without his help. Alright, great. You'll be serving under my command. The Crusader gives you a friendly smile. It is an honor for us, Commander. Let's give the demons a dusting. Alright, and now we actually have Irabeth here, so we can go and give her the sword. We'll do that right after the break, so stick around and we'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, let's give Irabeth her sword, get her quest out of the way, and carry on. Irabeth's eyes are vacant. Her thoughts are clearly somewhere far away. Seeing you, though, she snaps to attention. Hail, Commander. Here we go. I found your father's sword. Take it. And we got 700 experience for that. Praise Iomade. Irabeth takes the sword as gently as if it were a living creature, and sheaths it in the scabbard. I don't know what to say. I am forever indebted to you. I never thought I'd get my sword back. And please, allow me to reward you, and please, no objections. I could never replace this sword. I shall never part with it again, I swear. 50 grand! Let's go! Yeah, we need to talk about what happened. It is a really good sword, yes. But I don't have any particular need for that sword on my party, and it's better to, I think, give it back to Irabeth, yeah. Yeah, I figured it was an important plot item, because it had the gold circle on it. Alright, yeah, we need to talk about what happened during the attack on Dresden. Irabeth nods curtly. Yes, I was shamefully faint-hearted. Praise Iomade, it didn't affect the course of the battle. Still, my behavior was unworthy of a knight, even less a commander. Under the circumstances, leaving my position would be tantamount to desertion. Still, as your advisor, I strongly recommend you release me from my position as head of the Order, strip me of my knighthood, and send me to serve in the Condemned. Military unit made up of petty criminals, conscripted as disposable soldiers and frontline fodder. No. What's my scores? 21... Okay, so I can just automatically succeed at any of these. Alright, few deserve these titles more than you. Don't blame yourself. Under the circumstances, you did everything possible and more besides. That's not strictly true. Who will lead the Eagle Watch then? You know I have no one to replace you. Or, that suggestion is no better than desertion, except you want me to take responsibility for it. I don't want to hear it. Join the ranks, knight, and fight as you swore to do. I'm kind of feeling the intimidate option, honestly. Because, yeah, no, I wouldn't say don't blame yourself, because that was absolutely on her. But I think that she's snapped out of it now. So, yeah, we'll go with this one. Who will lead the Eagle Watch then? You know I have no one to replace you. The Eagle Watch. My pride, my creation. How could I ever think of giving up? How many cultists have we destroyed? And how many remain right under our nose? The half-orc salutes you sharply. For a moment, you once again see the Irabeth, who is ready to protect the defender's heart to her dying breath. Thank you for still trusting me, more than anyone else does in this crusade, even more than I trust myself. Despite your words, Irabeth obviously still feels unworthy of her commander's rank. Changing her mind will require more than platitudes. Perhaps you can bolster her by appointing her into a position where she can work more closely with rank-and-file soldiers, those whose faith in their commander remains undimmed. Okay, how's the Eagle Watch doing in Canabras? Oh, we got a new event. Everything's going well. I was wary of handing over the reins at first. I was afraid that everything would fall apart without a Nevia and me, but I took a risk and left a very clever lad in charge. A tiefling, as it happens. He infiltrated the cult alone. They couldn't imagine a tiefling wouldn't be on their side. He exposed an entire cell. I personally knighted him, just before the city was attacked. Of course, there were many who weren't happy about it, but it's not my job to make people happy. Alright, he hasn't disappointed. He's built up the Order's ranks again and is running everything so smoothly. It's as if the demon attack never happened. He's proven more than once that I left Kennebrez in good hands. But I admit, it's still strange to think that such a small order as the Eagle Watch now has 2 chapters, one in Dresden and one in Kennebrez. Okay. Now, but I did just get a thing that we need to do. Here we go. Yeah, issue an order that will allow Irabeth to spend more time among the common soldiers. But how do we do that? Can we just talk to her again and get it? Tell me about the Eagle Watch. No, this is the same stuff that we've had before. Manage Crusade Affairs. You'll now have a whole list of options and things. Oh, so there's like a separate thing. So it's not just... Oh, that's what this is. Gotcha. Okay. I do need to speak to Anevia, though, for something else. Look who it is. Hi. Yes, for finding out what's going on with the demons sneaking up on us. Have you figured out how the demons have been sneaking up on us? Anevia answers with scarcely concealed irritation. No dice. Our scouts crawled all over the area, down every hole. Nothing. The gray road was completely empty, and then bam! A whole army popped up like a jack-in-the-box. My only lead is a few scouts who didn't come back from the gorges to the southwest, but we found no sign of secret paths or underground passageways, and definitely no route we can use to quietly move a large force through. But I feel it in my gut. There's some evil scum out there. We just have to look harder. Of course, I could send out more scouts, but they might just disappear like the first ones. Why don't you go up there yourself and find out what's what? Alright, what do you think of my new powers? Anevia scoffs. I don't know if this counts as blasphemy or whatever, but you look like Desna just had her wicked way with you. You've got a bit of that divine sass about you now. And the dragon. I'm a little put out that I didn't get to see how you flew on the thing in battle, sending the demons running scared, grabbing whatever they could and hightailing it out of there. Oh, but we do have a new event. Did you find out anything about where Minago is now? Anevia shakes her head sharply. Nope. Zero. Zilch. A whole lot of nothing. The scum melted into thin air. Soldiers saw her jump out the window, run through the square in front of the citadel, and suddenly disappear. We haven't heard anything from her since. And I don't like it. I'm telling you, this is bad. First of all, her kind don't just give up. If we can't see her, it means she's setting a trap for us somewhere we won't expect it. I mean, it would be great if the demon lords just gobbled her up for all her failures, but I think that's too much to hope for. But that's not the worst part. We have a more interesting question, you know? I wonder how she teleported from the city, if by that time you'd already hung the banner. The soldiers are saying it probably wasn't in full force by then, but you and I both know that's dross. She wasn't supposed to be able to teleport, but she did. The question is, how? That is a good question. I was wondering that myself. I have to go. Alright, you watch yourself now. Okay, so... Okay, yeah, so we have to scout out the ravines southwest of Dresden, or send a scouting party. Then there's Kaelessa, who is supposedly going to show up soon. And then all sorts of other fun quests. Yeah. We still need the storyteller to show up again, because we've got a whole bunch of shit to show him. Yeah, okay, so we've completed Social's shit. We did Nenio Needs Alcohol. Crescent of the Abyss. Oh yeah, we have to find Woljif somewhere and kick his ass. We're in the middle game now. In Pursuit of the Past, that's more of the storyteller stuff. We finished Solemn Hour. Okay, yeah, so we are in a good spot to continue next time. So I think that is where we are going to save it and call it for the night. Yep, there we go. Oh, thank you, Aware. That's very much appreciated. That's really nice of you. Thank you. So yeah, we're not gonna do the Managed Crusade affairs right now because we are over time, as Aware has very kindly pointed out. But we will be continuing this next week. Monday we will be finishing Shadowrun Dragonfall. Tuesday we're gonna be playing something new. I suspect it's probably going to be Backpack Hero, but if anyone has any suggestions, you can absolutely drop them in the Discord server. There is a request channel exactly for that kind of thing. The link to the Discord server is down below the stream, so you can check that out if that's of interest to you. I post all my announcements there, as well as any new artwork that I get, of which there was a piece that went up today, and there will be another piece going up tomorrow, and another one in the very near future too, so lots of good stuff going on over there. Thursday, we're going to be continuing with Digimon Cyber Sleuth. We're probably going to be finishing it in the next couple of weeks, so we are getting very close to the ending on that as well. And then Friday, we will be back to this endless Pathfinder game, apparently, which is going to be, we'll probably be playing for like the next year. I am enjoying it, though. I am enjoying it. It is just very long, though. Honestly, if it had finished after the invasion of Dresden, I would have felt that that was a very good spot for the game to end. It's kind of wild that this game is this long. They must have put a ton of work into it. But yeah, that should be a lot of fun, and we'll be continuing with that next week. So, hope you guys all enjoyed. I'm definitely not playing Kingmaker, because I have heard that there is a lot of, like, the management stuff, which I don't really enjoy. Yeah, we're not going to be doing that. You can automate the management. Oh, well, that's good. But yeah, I hope that you guys all had a good time. I know I certainly did. And next week we should be getting into some more actual going and beating stuff up. But yeah. Thank you everyone for coming. I'm sure that you'll get that rake one of these days, Red. It is definitely there. I guarantee it. It is a common item, so it should turn up sooner or later. But with all of that said, I should get some rest. I hope you all have a very lovely weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday as we finish out Shadowrun Dragonfall. So thank you all for coming, and have a very nice night.